Warning: this episode contains references to fornication, BDSM, substance abuse, and self-flagellation. This isn't a joke. You have been warned.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, one and all, to the latest episode of Heresy Hammer. I am your host today, Lee, and joining me all the way from sunny Australia is Kieran. How do, Kieran? How are you on this
Hey,
fine?
good to be here.
I was going to say fine, blustery morning, but what time is it over in the deaf world that is Australia?
Yeah, it's nearly 7 p.m.
Oh,
But
fucking hell.
you're right. It has been a beautiful sunny day. It was about
Has
22
it?
degrees today.
Oh, fucking
Light
hell.
breeze.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
really,
what the
really nice
weather.
day. So
It's
first bit of good weather
11.
we've
It's
had in a
11
while.
degrees here. This is the warmest it's been in a couple of days. We went through from
Whoa.
like this is like classic British like start to anything. We have to talk about the weather. It's just it's just the way it is. We
Yeah,
were about 23 degrees about a week ago, I think, and now we've got like 30-mile winds and it's 10 degrees. But
yeah.
all the better for sitting in your room and talking about heresy. And what are we talking about today? Well, the reason we brought Kieran in is because he is the expert on all things fucking deviant, all things. Oh no, my computer's not working. All I've had today is computer error after computer error. We are doing the Legion deep dive on the third Legion, the Emperor's Children. We have our nipple clamps in place. I've done a line of ketamine. We are good to go on the deep dive. That is the
Oh,
Emperor's
wow.
Children. I'm looking forward to this one. I was saying we were just briefly talking off camera, and the Emperor's Children is a legion that I have never run, but it's one of those legions that I've always like. Oh, I'd quite like to do that, but just never kind of dipped my toe into it. And I was saying, like, I have a horrible feeling at the end of this show, I'm going to want to run off and buy loads of Emperor's Children stuff, especially. And I haven't really looked at it, and I purposely haven't looked at it because I knew I'd be tempted. All the new 40k Emperor's Children stuff is looking pretty good. But more about that in a minute. So we will be talking about the Legion. We'll do a bit of a deep dive into the lore, only briefly, and then we'll look at the rules of the Legion. And Kieran has kindly written a couple of army lists, so we will go through them to give you an example of how the army can fit together. And as producer Kerry has written, we are looking at the Legion of Excess and Depravity. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
love
They
it.
went from the highest of the highest to the lowest of the lows pretty quickly.
Literally, it's funny, isn't it? Because I was thinking
Yep.
about it, and I was like, well, we always talk about like the Death Guard as one of those that fell the most, and I think the Emperor's Children like beat them to that because they were
Yeah.
like, well, we'll talk about it in a minute, but they were basically like the Emperor's like bodyguards. They were the Emperor's. They protected the Emperor, didn't they? They saved his life. That's how they got the Aquila. And then they go from that to, and then I'm always reminded of a scene, and I can't remember what book it's from, where a couple of Iron Warriors go over, and this I fucking love this scene.
Yeah.
Do you know the one I
Angel
mean?
Exterminatus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where they go over to Emperor's Children's ship, and they're just
Yeah.
like taken into this like essentially nightclub, and like the Emperor's Children's are
Yeah.
all off their tits, and these two dudes are just like, wow, this is one of them's absolutely like this is outrageous, and the other one's a bit like, oh, I quite like this actually.
Yeah, the other one has a bit of a dodgy trip on some warp dust or something. Yeah.
Just love it. Absolute wrong-uns. But before we get into that, more about Kieran. So thank you for joining us today, Kieran. If you aren't following him, it's at Raptus Imperialis on Instagram. Like, honestly, if you're not following him, what the fuck are you doing? Like, go have a word with yourself. If you're not looking at the screen, just stop whatever you're doing for the next 5 minutes and take a look at the screen. Like, for some absolutely insanely painted miniatures. And it's funny because I was going through your account yesterday to screenshot some pictures for this PowerPoint, and I was like, there's not enough space on the screen to fit all the pictures I wanted to fit in. Because I didn't even put in any of your old world stuff. I wanted to put in some of your old world stuff, but yeah, there wasn't enough room at all. But yeah, as you can tell from the screen, Kieran is an absolutely insanely good painter, and like if you need any motivation for starting Emperor's Children, like this is it right here. Like these are fucking insane. And is that that's the new 40k Space Marine there, isn't it? Next to Eidolon.
Yeah, down the bottom.
Yeah.
In the metallic pink. That's the new 40k Emperor's Child with Palatine Blade swords and arms and a Palatine Blade head.
Oh, interesting.
But everything else on him is the 40k bits. So he's a little combination there of
30k
and
yeah.
40k
I mean,
bits.
they go together perfectly, don't they? Yeah.
They do.
So I kind of put these three pictures in place on purpose. It's almost like a timestamp of the Legion. Starting on the right is what I would class as your more kind of late Crusade era, like darker purple, and then it starts getting a little bit funky. There's a tiny bit of pink appearing in the middle, dude, and then on the left is just full blown pink off his tits on demon dust, and yeah, just having having a great time.
Yeah.
But these the 40k models, they fit great, don't they? For a later era kind of Siege of Terror style army. I literally haven't looked at them. I've purposely haven't looked at them, and they're perfect, aren't they?
There are definitely some good bits, and there are some other bits that aren't so great. But
oh really?
Yeah, I think like I don't know, like the legs have got kind of a weird kind of recurve shape to them, and they're quite skinny. But there are some really good like body horror heads and noise marine parts and great power packs, and there's lots of drug dispensers that you can add to their belts and trophies and weapons that are all really useful. But I think I would probably use them in combination with other models to make 30k like Trader Emperor's Children.
Yeah.
But they definitely have a bunch of bits that I would use. I just might not use them straight out of the box, the 40k models.
I mean, I just look at that and think there's so many bits to be painted that it would take me a lifetime to ever get anywhere near finishing it. They're amazing models, but there are a lot of bits on that, isn't there?
That's the issue with any Chaos Space Marine model, right? Just all that trim.
Insane. Yeah. I mean, it looks amazing, but like you say, for like a Palatine Blade, it's perfect, isn't it? But I don't think I would want to be doing that for every single individual tactical marine or something. Like, I mean, hats off if you did, but they're perfect. But this is something you've been experimenting with for a while, hasn't it? The kind of later era, like I know you were. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know you were kind of you weren't quite happy initially with what you were doing, and then you kind of hit this pinky. Is this just experiments that have been going on, or is this?
Someone asked me what I was doing paint-wise in 2020, 5 years ago, and I looked it up on Instagram, and it was an Emperor's Children test model in some other kind of scheme. So I don't know, I must have done 20 different Emperor's Children schemes over the years at this stage.
Yeah.
Light pink, dark purple, magenta, metallic, matte, all sorts of combinations, and just trying to find the perfect purple. And I found a purple I was really happy with for my loyalist Emperor's Children, but I'm still looking for that perfect color for
like
the traders. I find it really difficult.
It's almost like you were born to be an Emperor's Children. Constantly seeking perfection.
That's it. Just searching for perfection and just falling short. Yeah,
and then self-harming and taking drugs to get over it.
It's I'm happy with the pink to a certain degree, but I don't think it would look good on anything larger than a Terminator.
Right.
They're going to end up looking like
washed
Barbie
out
Marines. Like, could you imagine that on a Land Raider? Like, it'd look a bit insane. So
that's interesting.
I need to kind of find that balance with like the Slaneshi kind of colors of including those colors that are like typical and associated with Slanesh, but also having a sinister kind of darker, more evil kind of vibe. And I don't kind of feel like that metallic kind of pink has that. It's a little bit too bright and happy.
Yeah, so okay, I get that. Yeah, I get that. It's a tough one.
I'm going to try some other test pieces. Yeah, it's really tough. Like you want them to look, you want them to match the art, like how they're described in the books, and be bright and in your face, but you also want them to look, serious to some degree, and evil like they are.
I mean, I think back to
trying to find that balance.
The kind of Empress Children's used to see in like 90s Games Workshop, and they were just like electric pink and just looked like a bit of a cartoon character. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, personally, I fucking love it. I think you've absolutely smashed it there, but I do get what you're saying. If you made that, if you did that scheme on a Land Raider, it would literally look like Barbie's going to war in the 31st millennium.
So I'm still trying to sort that out, and I'm going to do a few more test models, maybe with some darker colors. I think something with a really dark kind of armor color, but maybe some lighter cloth or lighter flesh to contrast would look nice. But
I've seen some interesting stuff like doing blacks, like black, doing it black with like accent colors. But interesting. I hadn't really thought about it's always a tough one, isn't it? Trying to get an army to look the same, but sometimes infantry need to be painted completely different to your vehicles, don't they? Not always, but sometimes. That's something I hadn't really thought about. But I mean, mate, fucking amazing work. Like, I absolutely love this. I would say personally my favorite is the darker purple. I think that's where I just love Empress Children in that. The one on the right, I don't know what you'd class it as, purple. Like, it looks fucking brilliant. I love it. It's such a cool color. Real kind of regal, which is obviously what they were going for. But if you don't know, Kieran is also one half of the YouTube channel Power Fist. You've been doing it for a few months now, haven't you?
We have been going for a few months, and we haven't fallen off just yet. So
no, that's good.
It's looking good.
I'm not going to lie. I have to catch up. I am behind on everything. The last one I listened to was the one you talked about, the terrain rules. So I am quite behind. But yeah, go give them a listen. Some really good stuff. You've got a Patreon as well with.
We do. Yeah, we're doing some tutorials. Adam and I. Adam from Full Circle Hobby on Instagram. We've been doing a series of magazine-style tutorials, high-quality PDFs of different color schemes and different techniques that we use. So if anyone wants to check that out, have a look on the Power Fist Patreon. I think it's great value personally, and we're really enjoying that. We've got a lot of stuff in the bank still that we need to put out as well. So there's a whole bunch of content. It's just a matter of getting it out there.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, go check it out, guys, because you've got two absolutely baller hobbyists putting out PDFs for painting. Like, it's fucking insane. But anyways, I've got one more slide, actually. Look at these bad boys. How much of a pain in the ass out of 10 was Fulgrim Transfigured to paint? Was it as horrific as it looks? Because it looks like it's a fucking nightmare.
Like he was very difficult, a very, very challenging model, but like also I really enjoyed painting it because every part of it is like really nicely done and really well sculpted. It's just very fiddly. And painting it in sub-assembly is the way I like to, so that I can get to every angle and get everything looking perfect. Kind of falls apart a bit when you have to assemble the model afterwards.
Right.
And it's this big and this heavy because you need to do pinning, you need to do green stuffing, you need to reinforce the joints. And that messes with the paint job you've done. And, it's not like standard Fulgrim that I could paint in sub-assemblies and then a little bit of glue tack, a little bit of super glue holds it together. You have to go above and beyond with Demon Fulgrim. So it definitely made it a lot more challenging. And then the first time I took him to the club, he broke into 1,000 pieces. And
I was going to say,
I had to reassemble him and do an even more serious job on keeping him together. But
man,
I don't know. I think personally, it's probably the best model in the Heresy. Like the sculpt is insane, the face is incredible. It's hard to see in this image because he's very difficult to photograph because of how large his wings are, trying to fit him in the picture. But it's a really nice model.
I mean, you've done an absolutely amazing job on it. But I also agree. This is an absolutely sick model. Like, it's Demon Demon Primarch without being cheesy, isn't it? It's just perfect. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant. But I still, you know what? The old Fulgrim, I still think it holds up. He's probably a tiny bit small now, is he? I haven't
I suppose
actually,
he is.
but
And the detail on his arm is very fine. But no, he is a good model. The head's not amazing, the face isn't amazing, but
no,
everything else on him is really good.
yeah, he's still up there. I still rate him as a very good Primarch model. It'd be interesting to see if they ever re-release the original, like new sculpts of the old, the pre-transfigured version. But yeah, like these are absolutely insane. Anyways, enough telling Kieran how amazing he is.
Let's move on to the proper stuff. Yeah.
So, who are the Emperor's children? So the Emperor's children, I actually think they have, like, probably one of the better Legion backstories. But I feel like, I don't know, it could just be me, but I feel like they somewhat get a bit forgotten. I don't really know why. I don't know if that's just you're probably the only person I know personally who actually plays Emperor's Children. I don't know if that's just my circle. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I think that their backstory is like brilliant. Like, we mentioned it briefly. I mean, essentially, they were what was it? They were like taken from lords and ladies of terror, weren't they? They were the what's the word? I can't think what the word
the
is.
children of the defeated lords that the Emperor conquered. They would surrender their firstborn sons to the Legion. So they're all originally made up of aristocracy, first from Europa.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah,
and then all across Terra. So they're the lords of Terra from all across the globe, and that plays into their character a lot. In the early days of the Heresy, they were often used to command the Imperial army because they were birthed to command lesser troops and that kind of thing. So it's a character that kind of has stayed with the Legion, although as they expanded and went out across the galaxy, they still continued that tradition of taking the firstborn children of the conquered worlds. But obviously they couldn't do that to keep up the Legion numbers, so that was diluted somewhat with regular recruits the way a normal Legion would do.
Yeah, and it's like you say, it fits in perfectly with the vibe of the Legion. And I like the fact that originally the Emperor took the aristocracies to kind of bring them to heel, basically, wasn't it? It was like, you'll give me your children, because then you won't fall out of line. And then it started kind of begrudgingly, and then after a while, the aristocracy were kind of like, yeah, fuck it, take our children. Like, this is great.
It became an honor. Yeah. And I think he did the same kind of thing with the custodes. So I suppose the custodes got the absolute cream of the crop, and then the Emperor's children got the rest.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know
something like that.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. But then they had disaster struck, didn't they? The gene seed of the Emperor's children was essentially destroyed. So they were a dying legion before Fulgrim was found. And again, I just love the idea that because they were kind of so small, they weren't really used for like major like battles and campaigns, because they didn't have the manpower. So like you say, they were used to command kind of lesser forces, humans. But again, they saw it as almost as an honor, because it was kind of like how the aristocracy looked after plebs, in ancient Terra, is how they kind of saw it. So I just love this idea of this kind of regal aristocracy, kind of almost pompous, you know what I mean, that kind of fits with the vibe of the Legion. But they were a dying legion, so they were used kind of oh god, I'm fucking losing my mind this morning. I keep forgetting every single word I'm thinking of.
They were they were also used as like diplomats as well. They were sent out to you know, like to newly discovered worlds, that'd be the first kind of impression that the Imperium would make on conquered planets. And, you know, it's a better impression than sending like a World Eater or a Night Lord or something. You know, they're sending, you know, the most noble Space Marines they have that are, you know, schooled in, you know, classic arts and who can, you know, perform diplomatically. And they were also sent out, exactly. Yeah, they were sent out by like the Imperial Court and the Emperor. If he ever needed a message to be sent to the other legions, they were used as kind of his mouthpiece to take the Emperor's will and, you know, pull other legions into line or, you know, pass on messages and tell them what to do. So they had that kind of backfield role as well as, you know, the smaller kind of front field role. Because as you said, by the time they were reunited with Fulgrim, there were only 200 of them. So they were the smallest legion by far at that stage. You know, even the 1,000 Sons were 1,000 Sons. So Emperor's children were right down to 200 warriors.
Yeah. And then they found Fulgrim, who was on what was the world? Chromus, was it? Chromus?
Chemos.
Which I love this because it's basically a mining world, wasn't it? It's just
That was, you know, all the resources were completely exhausted.
Yeah,
they had the most hardcore rationing and laws. You know, you weren't allowed to have children. Only the higher ups were allowed to have children because they didn't have the resources to feed hungry mouths, and super strict. And he came and through his mastery of technology and the gifts the Emperor gave him, he turned it into a paradise world. Cleaned up the environment and just turned it into like an absolute kind of one of the few worlds in 30k that you'd actually want to live on. And then
and it has a
downhill from there.
For me, it has a real kind of link to kind of the Eldar Slaanesh, because they basically had so much time, they started kind of spending more time in entertainment and the arts and whatnot, and that's essentially what happened,
isn't it? Like, hard times make hard man, and soft times make soft man. So, like they were living on a paradise world, and that's when I suppose, the more decadent kind of aspects of life could creep back in.
Yeah. I just love the idea of Fulgrim working in a mine. I just have, and I can't think what the film's called, but there's the film.
Zoolander.
Zoolander, that's it. I just have a vision of that, where he's popping out with he's got like two little bits
blue
of
steel.
That's the vision I have of Fulgrim working in a mine.
Yeah.
I think I got the black lung.
Yeah, exactly. So good.
But, I love it. So he gets discovered, joins his legion. They all go off and have a great old time. And then Kerry's written here the Layer Blade, and I guess this is kind of, essentially the whole Legion's being is about perfection, isn't it? Its whole thing is about kind of being the best, and not just the best at kind of one thing. They wanted to be the best at kind of everything, really, didn't they? Anything they did, they wanted to perfect. And then this almost became like an obsession, didn't it? And then actually, if they weren't the best at that thing, they then almost saw it as like a slight, and then that kind of starts the kind of deep dive, the nose dive into kind of chaos, really, doesn't it? Like they just
they are the only legion that I've seen so far that has been noted to commit ritual suicide for failure.
Oh, yes.
So, the ultramarines would become, red marked, or the Night Lords would have the red hands of judgment. But Emperor's children commanders that had felt that they, didn't live up to the standard, even if they did exceptionally well, if they weren't the absolute best, were known to, ritually commit suicide.
Yeah.
And, that's just how fragile the Legion was in its kind of mentality. They, because of, all those years serving as a second line kind of force, they didn't have, the glory that they felt they should have had, because warrior per warrior, they're as good, or if not better than the other legions, but they never had the numbers to win those major glories. So they were always very kind of had an imposter syndrome, or they were just very fragile.
Yeah.
Emotionally in that regard. So that's what that drive for perfection was. It was just trying to prove to themselves and to everyone else that they were as good or better than everyone else, because they felt that they weren't and that they hadn't lived up to what they should have. And, that's the darker side of Fulgrim as well, that ultimately kind of made him susceptible to the temptations of Slaanesh and, led to the fall of the Legion, because they never felt like they were good enough. And, that's the tragedy as well, because of how they started as an almost destroyed legion, an almost failed legion, they would have seen it as.
Interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, and it's like you say, it's very kind of Greek tragedy, isn't it? Because actually they're fucking awesome, but they're just never happy. And then it becomes like their psyche of like, it goes beyond like I have to do better. Like you say, it becomes a slight. They become offended if they weren't the best at whatever they did. And then they go on campaign, and Fulgrim finds the layer blade, and that's kind of where things really start to unravel, isn't it? The layer blade we know now as basically a demon infused sword. Am I correct in saying that?
It'd be a demon weapon, had a greater demon of Slaanesh in it.
And that's essentially where it all kind of unravels, really, isn't it? That's the beginning of the end, right there.
Yeah.
And then from there we go into Istvan 3, Istvan 5. I mean, I don't want to go kind of too deep into everything. Because we'd be here forever, but essentially Istvan 3, for those that don't know, was where all the traitor legions kind of got rid of all the loyalist aspects of their traitor legions. It didn't quite go how they planned.
No, it didn't. Thanks to Saul Tarbits. I think the Emperor's Children lost more warriors, like as a percentage of their legion at Istvan 3 than the other legions, just because they had more warriors that would be considered loyal, because they were such a loyal legion. They were like one of the most loyal legions. They had no reason to turn traitor. It was just the corruption of Slaanesh through the layer blade that made it possible.
I seem to remember reading or hearing that at the start of Istvan 3, they'd got themselves up to about 100,000, and they lost half of that at Istvan 3. I could be wrong on that. Don't take that as gospel, but I mean,
I think it was just over 100,000, but
So, the fact that they'd got themselves to that size is pretty impressive, going from 200 dudes to that size, and then losing half of it pretty much because like you say, they were the Emperor's Chosen. I mean, it's literally their name, Emperor's Children. They got the name from saving the Emperor's life. And then from there, Istvan 5, which obviously was the kind of opening shots of the Horus Heresy.
Yep.
As we know it, a traitor versus loyalists. And then Kerry's written here, Angel Exterminators and Ascension on Idris. Now, I have read this twice, but I have to say, I don't remember a huge amount about it. Basically, Fulgrim tries to... He does something with Perturabo, doesn't he? Doesn't he try and... I can't remember what it is.
He wants to basically... He wants to sacrifice Perturabo so that he can ascend to demonhood.
Yes. But
you remember the part about them doing space drugs on the Emperor's Children?
I know, that's the only bit.
Battleship,
I remember.
The important stuff. Yeah.
I remember Perturabo puts up a bit of a fight.
He does. Well, obviously, he survives, and I don't know, somehow Fulgrim still ascends. I think, it's on an Eldar Crone world, so there's a whole bunch of soul stones and all that kind of stuff that he can use to tempt Slaanesh to give him demonhood. So Perturabo is important, but I think maybe not essential to that ascension.
Okay. But I just love the fact that he's just completely willing to fuck over one of his brothers and allies just to become a demon. It's like brilliant.
Yeah. He's always, once you'd been corrupted, he was always that kind of dude. And then once he becomes a demon, he loses all interest in the heresy, because the great game between the Chaos Gods is far more interesting and more consequential than the Heresy. The Heresy is just a minor skirmish compared to that. So he has to kind of be dragged back into the Heresy at a later stage, because he pretty much just, you know, packs up and goes and lives in the warp.
Oh, interesting. I honestly didn't know that. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah.
I think Lorgar goes and like drags him back for his nefarious plans, because he's just hanging out in the warp with with the demons of Slaanesh, and he can't even be bothered to rock up. You know, he's left the Legion, and I think Eidolon's trying to hold them together, and just running amok across the galaxy. So he doesn't really do too much in the Heresy, apart from when he rocks up at the siege, and then doesn't do much there either.
No, yeah, they just get a bit bored, don't they, and start doing stuff, killing people that have nothing really to do with anything. So yeah, that's a kind of a hodgepodge, kind of jumping all over the place. Tiny bit of history about the Emperor's Children, but essentially, yeah, they're perfectionists that go down the rabbit hole, essentially, aren't they? They are. And then become worshippers of Slaanesh, the god of excess.
And just on the this, you know, everyone sees the Emperor's Children and they see like expert swordsmen and fighters and stuff. But for people like wanting to make armies at home and that kind of thing, the Emperor's Children were perhaps the most them and the Ultramarines were the greatest all-round legions. Every time the Emperor's Children saw another legion fight in a certain way or use a certain tactic, they would copy that tactic, master it, and then improve it. So they did protracted sieges. They were masters of range combat, masters of close combat, masters of boarding combat. They were just all those sorts of things. They have combat, you know, they prefer speed and like agility and quality over quantity, but they were able to do absolutely everything. So for people wanting to do lists at home, you can justify Emperor's Children fighting in just about any way. And like combined tactic armies are really what they're about. They're not all about close combat, even though that's kind of what the rules would have you believe.
Yeah, it's interesting. We will obviously get into the rules in a minute, but the rules do very much lean into close combat, don't they? They do kind of push you down that way. But yeah, it's interesting. I remember reading about Fulgrim and the Legion liking jet bikes, because it kind of links back to kind of the Knights of Old Terror, like the kind of glory of cavalry charges. And I love the idea of that, of just, you know, because anyone who knows their like Napoleonic era history will know that the British cavalry were renowned for just being pompous fucking idiots that would go and do stupid shit. Like, don't go and charge that, you're all going to get killed. But they'd be like, for the glory, and then run off. It
sounds exactly right. Yeah,
we preferred using the German cavalry. They were the better cavalry. Ours would just like run off, and then they'd keep running, and then they'd all get shot. But yeah, I do like that kind of. Again, it's that link to aristocracy, isn't it? Which I really like the idea of that. But yeah, it's interesting. Like you say, you don't just have to lean into close combat. You probably want to because of the rules. But that's not what the Legion was all about. It was just about perfection, wasn't it? Whatever you did, you perfected. If you were a heavy weapons guy, you were the best heavy weapons guy in the Legion. You know, if you're a swordsman, you were the best swordsman. You know, if you were a medic, you were the best medic.
Exactly.
So the Emperor's Children are one of the few legions that possess two different Legion rites of war. One reflecting Great Crusade and the early Heresy appearance and behaviors. And then the second one is the Legionnaires Hereticus, where they've kind of fully gone down the rabbit hole. So this is more kind of Siege of Terror era Emperor's Children. All the Legion war gear and units are available to either flavour, with the only difference being that the tactical gambit, reaction and attachments and the Hereticus list can only be taken by a traitor. It can only be a traitor army. So you can run loyalist early era Emperor's Children, which makes sense because of what we've discussed on Istvan 3, and actually some of the characters. I believe I'm right in saying some of the characters have to be loyalists, surely. Sal Tarvitz must surely be.
Tarvitz and Rylanor, are loyalists,
And again, I love the idea of that. I love the idea of doing a Istvan free campaign and having a kind of loyalist. And there's again, you can justify anything, can't you? There would be loyalist Empress Childrens that managed to, you can make up any story to fit your fluff, can't you, really? Like if you wanted to do a Siege of Terror loyalist Emperor's Children, they were just a chapter that had disappeared and now they're back, and surprise, they're on Terror. So there's always ways to justify whatever you want.
One of the black books, I think it's the one that talks about Black Shields and Shattered Legions, mentions that I think it's the 28th millennial of the Emperor's Children, the Death Eagles or something are out there in one of the
there you go.
far off clusters fighting a war. So there's a whole millennial out there, which is like a chapter. So like whole, large force of Emperor's Children loyalists still wearing the Legion colours, fighting against the traitors. So you can definitely do that.
Although traitors have more fun, don't they?
You've also got better rules.
Right, let's get into the rules. So the early Heresy rules, Legion Tactica, Flawless Execution. Units gain an additional +1 to their initiative when they make a charge. That's nice and simple. What does this mean? Units on the charge will be swinging before their opponents, even when armed with the same weapon. So I read this, and I actually think this is pretty good. Have you run Loyalist Emperor's Children, or are you purely?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, and to be fair, it's the same rule as in second edition.
Right,
it's exactly the same.
Oh, interesting.
So it has the same kind of effect. It means that if your Thunderhammer Terminators go into their Thunderhammer Terminators, you get to swing first, which is absolutely massive.
Yeah,
and even to kind of like pool noodle kind of units that are like not going to do much to each other, like two despoiler units or something, it means that you get to swing first, which is fantastic because it means you get to use all of your models to attack. But it also means that it's going to, assuming you kill a couple of models, it's going to reduce the attacks coming back against you. So it's actually quite a large advantage. The only drawback being that it's only on the charge. So you have to be careful to get the charge off.
Yeah.
And, it's not going to come up that often in a game compared to a passive rule like the Iron Hands have, for example. So it's very good, but it's, it's not always going to come up. But it can, it'll definitely tip mirror match balance kind of fights in your favor for sure.
It feels very fluffy to me, but yeah, interesting. Yeah. When I read this, I was like, "Wow, that's really fucking good." And then I was like, but you've got to get that charge off. There's a lot of ifs and buts, but and like you say, it doesn't.
And
last
their advanced reaction when we get to it, does help with that.
Yeah,
but it is like it's a rule that for me usually comes up like 2 or 3 times a game.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not happening that often. But if you had like an all assault army, it would come up more often. But if you're using a balanced army, it's not coming up that often.
This is what we were talking about, where the rules kind of lead you more towards assault, don't they? Really? Yeah. And then the Legion Gambit, Paragon of Excellence. This gambit may only be selected in the first round of a challenge. When selected, this model gains a +2 to the focus roll. What does this mean? This, when combined with a Legion trait, means that the Emperor's Children will be striking with a +3 to their focus roll, significantly increasing the chances of striking first. Again, like, this seems okay. Have you had much experience with challenges?
Yeah, I've fought a few challenges with the Emperor's Children, but I typically go for the main rulebook gambits. There are other gambits like Flurry of Blows, which is like +D3 attacks, or Finishing Blow for the extra point of damage.
Because I read
there are usually other ones in there that are a bit better, or even like Feint and Riposte if you're worried about what the opponent's going to do. So while it's not like the worst thing, it's not that great, and you're probably going to go for something else. And and it has to be used in the first round of the challenge as well, which is a bit of a limitation. So if you don't use it that first turn, you can't use it at all. So
because
I've not used it yet.
No, I read this and then I immediately was like, well, seize the initiative. You roll an extra dice and then discard the lowest. And I was like, you're probably going to get a better.
That's better
than this just off that. So yeah, it's interesting. Especially
because on the charge you've got that +1 initiative anyway, so you're already getting a +1.
Yeah.
might as well roll that extra dice. It's better, I think.
That's what. Yeah,
it's not the worst thing, but there are better options.
It's again, it's kind of fluffy, but as soon as I read this, I was like, I would probably just use one of the core gambits.
Yeah,
okay.
Agreed.
And then the Legion reaction, perfect counter. So declared at the end of step 3 of the charge move, which is the setup moves. The Emperor's Children player must roll a charge roll for their unit, and if this is sufficient to reach base-to-base contact, the units are locked in combat. The Emperor's Children player gains any rules that require a successful charge to be made, and the enemy player may not claim any rules that require them to have a charge. So I'm guessing, but you may prove me wrong here. This is quite niche, but if you get it off, it sounds fucking great. Because you're obviously getting your +1 initiative for charging, and then whoever you're playing against, especially if they're a close combat kind of legion that relies on getting a charge off, you've just absolutely fucked them over. But this feels kind of niche. Like, I feel like
you're right. It is a bit more kind of, in this edition where you don't get a bonus attack for charging, it's essentially like allowing you to if you make that charge roll, you can skip the volley fire phase, so you won't be getting shot if the enemy has something good to shoot at you. But it's essentially just assuring you that +1 initiative. It's not really taking anything away from the enemy apart from the volley fire.
Yeah.
But and it is a single dice you're rolling, I think, so it's not guaranteed. But I think it's really good. Like, and it kind of comes into play. You could try and bait the enemy with it, I suppose, like leave your unit vulnerable and then jump on them with the +1 initiative. But I find it that comes into the game kind of more late game when you've made your charge, you've probably wiped out the unit you've charged, and now you're vulnerable and they're going to charge you, and then you can get that charge off again. So it's just a way to make, a really important unit for whatever you have, just, essentially to keep charging, to keep getting that Legion bonus.
Yeah.
It is once per game, unlike some other Legion reactions, but it is a really good reaction. Yeah.
Again, it kind of leans into that assault-themed army, though, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then Kerry's written here, not only does this give the Emperor's Children the advantage of the charge and rob that from their opponent, i.e. rules such as impact, it's also resolved before the volley step, denying their opponent the opportunity to shoot on the way in. I read this and I was like, yeah, this is really good. But you need to get it to work for you, don't you? Like, I feel like you can
it's not guaranteed. You still have to roll the charge,
Yeah. But I do like it, and it is it feels very fluffy again. I like when rules link in to how the Legion should play. So their unique detachment, Primacy Wing Auxiliary Detachment, is a unrestricted retinue and elite slot, and then 2 fast attack slots. Bringing up some strong options. I really like this. The ability to take a retinue and elite in an auxiliary detachment. For me, that could just not have the fast attack slots, and I would still really like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the ability to take a retinue and elite outside.
It's really good.
Yeah, that's great.
And the Emperor's Children have, they've got the Phoenix Guard Terminators in retinue, so that's one of their Legion special units that can be taken in that one. And then for the elite, they've got Palatine Blade, Aquilay, and the Sun Killers. So they've got 3 units that can be taken in that slot. So it's a really good way to get the Legion specific units into your army. And then, with the fast attack choices, I'm a big fan of Storm Eagles this edition, and you can fit javelins in there or jet bikes or speeders, and so there's just a whole bunch of stuff. I think it's a really good really good detachment. Yeah.
Agreed. And then we get into the Legiones Hereticus. The Lords of Profligacy. Profligacy? Fucking hell, that's way too big a word.
Profligacy,
when a unit is targeted by a shoot and attack, they may choose to become stupefied. What is stupefied, you say? Well, They get a feel no pain 6+. They become +1 strength. They cannot gain any tactical statuses, and any current statuses they have are removed. The downside is they cannot make any reactions, and all their shooting attacks are snapshots. For a close combat unit, this is fucking amazing, I think.
This, I was saying earlier to you, I think this is potentially the best Legion rule in the game at the moment. It's just insane. Like you said, it is better on combat units, and unfortunately, it only comes into effect after the shooting has been resolved. That feel no pain's not going to help you for that round of shooting. But if one unit shoots at you and then another unit shoots at you, you've got that feel no pain up.
Feel
no pain 6+. It's not that great, but +1 strength is pretty decent. And being immune to tactical statuses is absolutely fantastic, especially when people are loading up on Havoc launchers and Panic 3 Phosphex canisters and all those kind of things. They can just completely ignore that. It's triggered by a shooting attack, so that can happen in the shooting phase, which protects you from the shooting phase statuses. But it continues through the rest of that player turn and into your turn until the end of your turn as well. So it's absolutely fantastic because it means that you won't be routed in combat either. And it can also it can also be triggered by volley fire in a charge move. So even if no one shoots you in the shooting phase, if you get shot in the assault phase, you can trigger it as well. So it's just
interesting. You know what? I hadn't.
It's amazing. And you won't be reacting, and you'll be firing snapshots. But firing snapshots a lot of the time is better than being, for example, if you were being pinned. If you were being suppressed or whatever, same thing, right? And it allows you to continue scoring. Your initiative won't be dropped in combat. You won't be falling back. But
it literally says after a shooting attack. It doesn't give a step or a phase. So you could even I hadn't even thought of that. That's huge. This is great.
It's really really good.
I mean, it is kind of like you don't really want to pass that cool check, do you? You just want to keep it.
No, that's it. You're leaving your nuncio boxes at home. You're saving some points there. You don't want you don't want that bonus. Even if you do lose it, as soon as they get shot again, they're getting it back. So it's not. And this applies to all of your units that aren't vehicles, so dreadnoughts and everything as well. It's just really tasty. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Again, I hadn't even thought of that. This is so good, so good.
It was the worst Legion rule in 2nd edition, and now it's the best. It's incredible.
Games Workshop are good at that, aren't they? In the next edition, this will be fucking terrible, won't it? So like Kerry's written at the bottom, you're essentially trading off the ability to become immune to statuses and gain and feel no pain. You just can't react. Not being able to react can be pretty big sometimes, but it's you're going to take tactical, especially if your unit's already, like you say, suffering from a status. Why not? You've got nothing to lose, have you? Really good, really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And then the Legion Gambit, the Broken Mirror. When this gambit is selected, the model doubles the bonus it gains from outside support and gains an additional +1 to the focus roll if it's stupefied. So this is, I think, potentially really good, but obviously you need to run whoever is fighting in a combat in a large unit, really, don't you? So to gain any bonus from this, you just need to be in a big unit. And
if you're in a 10-man unit, you're getting 2, which is going up to 4. And if you're stupefied, then it's 5. So that's that's a big bonus. It's much better than the non-Hereticus gambit. But it depends what you're armed with, right? If you're slow with a Thunderhammer, then you might consider taking it to allow you to go first. But if you've got a Phoenix Spear or something, you're probably going first anyway. So
it's again, I like this, but I still think that there are core challenge gambits you would probably take before this. But I do like this. It does lean into larger squads. Which I personally don't like running particularly large squads because I find it if you're on a busy table, half your squad ends up at the back of the table. You know, if you're running like a 20-man squad, you know what I mean? Like half your squad stuck behind something and they're not catching up. But although I guess that's
we'll see in the lists I've written later on. There's a couple of big units. So at least for one of the lists, I think it's definitely doable.
The one thing with third edition is you have a lot more chances to keep what's the term? Oh God, fucking hell! I really am losing my mind today. You move your units in at every initiative step, don't you? So there's more chance to get into combat now, I find, than there was in second edition. But yeah, I like this. I don't think it's like over the top. If anyone's used it a lot, let us know how you get on with these. To be honest, I'm still kind of getting my head around challenges a little bit. I'm still not like. It's not a natural thing for me, if that makes sense, because it's completely new.
No, I think if you're playing Emperor's Children, you definitely want to brush up on the challenges because it perfectly fits their Legion fluff.
Literally,
you probably want to have at least one Legion champion. So
yeah.
There's nothing better than beating your enemies like characters in combat, single combat. So
I mean, it is literally the most Emperor's Children thing, isn't it? Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, definittle.
So the Legion reaction, Twisted Desire. So declared at step 2 of the charge subphase. So this is checking line of sight before setup moves. The Emperor's Children unit that is being charged becomes stupefied, and their feel no pain is increased to 5+ for the duration of this assault phase. And am I right in saying that this isn't just, is this once per game, or is this you can just use it as many times as
it is? Like? It is once per game, unfortunately. It is very good though. Like a 5+ feel no pain, like Kerry's written here, is really good this edition.
Yeah.
And it happens before volley fire is done, so you'll have that feel no pain 5 up for the volley fire and then for the combat. Unfortunately, if you're already stupefied, you can't react, of course. So it might not come up that often.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
you might have to choose not to stupefy yourself at an earlier time, which is risky because then you might cop a status or whatever. And then, you hope that, you can pull this off on the charge. But
okay.
So it might come up, but I think most of the time you're already going to be stupefied, which means that you won't be able to do this. So, when you do manage to pull it off, it'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
But I don't see it happening that often.
No. You know what? I hadn't even thought of that. If you're stupefied, you can't react. So, yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
But it is great. Like a 5+ is sick. +1 strength, of course, is fantastic. No status is good. So, yeah, if you get it off, happy days. But I just don't think it'll happen that often.
Yeah, interesting. I really like this though. Like you say, if you pull this off, especially on a combat unit, like holy shit. I keep looking at these 40k models as well. They're so fucking good. Although I'm not sure about his egghead thing going on there. That's a bit weird.
Yeah, the egghead's a bit weird, but the rest of the models amazing. I love those ones. Yeah,
Christ.
The elite swordsman dudes.
And then we got the unique detachment, the Brotherhood of the Phoenix. I fucking love this. This is the most Emperor's
How mental is that?
So this detachment can be selected instead of a warlord detachment. If this detachment is selected, your army may not also include a warlord detachment, but this essentially is your warlord detachment. Can only be selected in Emperor's Children army with a points limit of 3,000 or more, and you must include Fulgrim Transfigured. So essentially, it's Fulgrim, free high command, and a single command. You can take a prime on one of the high commands.
Exactly.
So
Paragon of War Praetor's pretty serious. Yeah,
I literally, I had it. I only made a few notes, and one of them was like Paragon of Battle on a Praetor, like 6 attacks, weapon skill 7, ballistic. I mean, even ballistic skill 6. You're snap firing on 4+. So even if you're stupefied, you still have half a chance of hitting something. Like that's insane. I fucking love this. None of the command or high command options can grant additional auxiliary or apex detachments, which otherwise, I mean, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah. So, and I love this as well. It's super fluffy. Like the Brotherhood of the Phoenix was the that was the Legion Lodge within the Emperor's Children, and true to character, it was only open to officers essentially.
Yeah.
So there are no scrubs. It's none of the Lunar Wolf stuff where everyone's an equal and there's no rank. It's super like regimented still, and only the Legion High Command could enter it. So this is Fulgrim and all of his like Lord Commanders and champions just rocking up to the battle together.
So cool, like so cool.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Like, yeah, this is it's fucking insane. I remember the first time I saw it when I just got the book and I was flicking through. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I look back at it and I'm like, "No, this is great. I love this."
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
We'll see later on. I've got a list including it with I think like 8 different characters in it. So
nice,
we'll check it out.
But
there.
yeah, I love it. Awesome. That's absolutely.
Like it's obviously not the kind of one you're going to use all the time. The way Primacy Wing is, that Primacy Wing you could use in most lists.
Yeah.
This Brotherhood of the Phoenix is only for very specific kind of armies. So
yeah,
it is a bit more limited in that regard, but it's very cool.
I love it. Right, let's talk about Legion Armoury. I mean, the first thing I would say is the Emperor's Children didn't do too bad in terms of. Have they? Am I right in saying they've kept pretty much all their weapons and upgrades? I don't know what they looked like in second edition. I know the rapier
they got
into Legacy.
In Legacies, they got it back in Legacies.
Yeah.
They lost one surgical augment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they used to have 3, now they have 2. But
interesting.
You've still got the most important one. Yeah.
Yeah. The most iconic one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just something I noticed when I was having a quick look through the rules yesterday. Was like, actually, even in the main book, they've seemed to have done all right. So they have surgical augments. Any command or champion may have a sonic shrieker for plus 15 points or a sonic lance for plus 10 points. The sonic shrieker is if an Emperor's Children unit containing a model with this upgrade charges, the enemy cannot make a reaction until the charge procedure has been completed. I read that and I was like, that's fucking amazing. Like, is that as good as it sounds? Like, it sounds really
it sounds fucking amazing, doesn't it, bro? Like, it is. I think it's really, really good. Like, it was amazing last edition.
Right.
It was like -1 to hit in the first round of combat, whether you were charged or not, which is amazing. Yeah. This is, I don't know if it's as good, but it's still very good. Like, it means like a lot of legions can't use, like, the Night Lords can't fall back from you when you go to charge them, for example. It means that you're not going to be overwatched. It's really, really good, I think. And it just gives you a little bit of extra cover to get your legions in there. And as the Legion, especially if you're using the +1 initiative, you're the Legion that wants to be, always charging. So it's going to protect your dudes as they go in. So I think it's really good.
And they can't evade. So whatever you're charging, they're not going to run away, which is like the most frustrating thing ever for an assault-based army. And then you have the Sonic Lance, which is a 10-point upgrade. This is a Strength 2 AP5 D1 template weapon with breaching 6+ and assault. I don't hate this. I mean, you're just fishing for breaching, aren't you? But I think Sonic Shriekers is going to be your go-to, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't take the lance on a character, but we'll see later on that the Palatine Blades and the Phoenix Guard can take them on squads. So having every member of the squad with one of those templates could be tasty.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where you might want to use it, not on an individual character, where it's it's a single template at Strength 2. So go for volume rather than having as a one-off, because in comparison, the Sonic Shrieker, having it on one guy covers the whole squad.
Yep.
They can't be reacted to on the charge. So I think that's definitely the way to do it.
Yeah, and that's fluffy as well, isn't it? That kind of links into the books when you got the story of Eidolon screeching at those psychers.
Yeah,
I like that. That's cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you're essentially
yeah,
fishing for sixes, so the more you can
yeah.
shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and with those templates as well, they're not affected by snap shooting, which you might be if you're stupefied. So it could be useful there too.
again, like I hadn't even thought about this. I was asking Rob last night
Yeah.
because the trouble is I still have hangovers from second edition, where obviously if you're snap firing, you can't do anything with templates or blast or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I mean, these are great for volley fire, aren't they? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit, I forget all
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing to note about the surgical augments is that they can't be taken on sergeants anymore. Used to be able to take them on every sergeant, and
okay.
Third Company Elite meant that you could take them on all of your units as well.
Right.
Now it's only command and champions. The
Right.
Palatine Blades have a champion, but most units don't. So
Yeah.
they're far more limited now in what can take them.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That's a bit of a shame, but it kind of makes sense as well. And then weapons, we have the Phoenix Power Spears, so plus 10 points to swap a power weapon for any command, champion, or sergeant subtype. And the Phoenix Power Spear is plus one initiative, attacks as base, plus one strength, AP 3, damage 1, impact damage breaching 6+. These seem really, really, really good. Especially for going into normal dickheads with a 3+ armor save. You're going to absolutely chew through tax squads and whatnot with these, aren't you?
Yeah. I think on characters, like if you're playing competitively, you won't take them because it's 20 points.
Yeah.
Or 20 or 25 points for a spear, whereas like a Thunderhammer is like 15 points, and it's just better. So it's cheaper and better. But on units that can take them, such as the Palatine Blades that can take them for free, amazing. Or the Phoenix Guard that come with them stock, amazing. So again, it's about choosing whether you want it on a whole squad or a character.
Yeah,
I think they are definitely kind of a good take on a whole unit, especially like +1 initiative is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's less useful on regular Emperor's Children who are already getting that +1 on the charge. But if you're taking Hereticus Emperor's Children that are no longer getting that bonus, then a +1 initiative is fantastic. +1 initiative and combined with Stupefied, it's +2 strength. Pretty tasty.
You want to be picking your targets, don't you? This is You want to be going after power armor with these, and like you say, if you've got a character, especially if you're planning on getting that character into challenges, you kind of need that AP2, really, don't you? But I really like these. I think these are really good.
They're good. It's the same issue the Emperor's Children have always had, that they're no good against Terminators. They're special units. They're fantastic at killing infantry, regular infantry, but they suffer against 2+ saves. And to be that's always been something they've struggled with. And now that line units are so important and that people will be taking a lot of them, and you've got veteran units that have got a 3+ save and that kind of thing. I think there's more kind of 3+ in the game now than there might have been before. So I think they definitely have a place, but you definitely don't want to send them against another Terminator unit, especially not an elite Terminator unit, but even a regular weapon skill 4 Terminator unit they'll struggle against.
You're just going to bounce off them, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then the legacies added the Phoenix Rapiers to the Officer and Sergeant weapon list, which is initiative, tax, strength as base, AP 3, damage 1, impact, damage, breaching 6+. Again, I don't hate that, but it is very much you want to be throwing these into 3+ save units, really, don't you? But I think if I had legacies also, it doesn't say how much they are. I don't know off the top of my head what the points are for them. I guess that kind of would depend. But I quite like these. I mean, I really like the Phoenix Power Spears, but like you say, you don't want to be throwing that into a 2+ save unit.
They're 15 points each. Okay. So they're 5 points cheaper than a spear, because a spear is the power weapon +10.
Right. Okay.
So, they're obviously worse than a spear because you don't get the +1 initiative, you don't get the +1 strength, and then all of the other stats are the same. So they're obviously worse. And in this edition as well, you don't get a bonus attack for having a pistol and a sword, whereas in the previous edition you did. So there's no downside to having a two-handed weapon.
Yeah.
Like the Phoenix Spear, which isn't even, it doesn't even have the two-handed rule anymore.
It's not a thing anymore, yeah.
Phoenix Spear is definitely better. It's just that price difference.
Cost thing, yeah. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the prime advantage is Phoenix Wardens. This is only available to a Tartarus Centurion model. Must exchange its combi bolter and power weapon for a Phoenix Spear for free, and it gains the skill unmatched rule, which is discussed on the next slide. Well, let's have a quick look. So skill unmatched. When locked in combat, they may choose to count as one higher weapon skill, either for the purpose of them testing to hit the enemy or the enemy testing to hit them, but not both. Okay, so you can, so you can +1 weapon skill to hit an opponent or if they're trying to hit you. Okay, interesting.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic rule. The only problem is that if you take Paragon of Battle, you just get +1 weapon skill forever. Both directions.
Yeah.
So that's just way better.
Yeah.
And Phoenix Spear is decent, but on a character, you probably want a Power Fist or a Thunderhammer or something.
And the thing is, the Tartarus... Go on, sorry.
Yeah, unless you're doing this kind of guy for like fluff reasons, you can do a much better job just with regular Paragon of Battle because, you're getting an extra attack as well. Like, Paragon of Battle is just better in every way.
Yeah, 100%. And the Tartarus Centurion comes with a power weapon, so it's literally a 10-point upgrade. It's like, I read this and I was like, it's kind of cool, but meh. But yeah, like you say, just give them a +1 weapon skill, then you don't have to worry about if you're hitting.
Yeah, even if you wanted to do like this character, just give him Paragon of Battle and then pay for a
10-point
Phoenix
upgrade.
Spear. It's better.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good idea. Not that greatly executed. Right. Let's get into the units then. I have to say, the Phoenix Terminators, they're probably a little bit small nowadays, but this is probably one of my favorite Heresy models ever. Like, I absolutely love these dudes. They look so fucking cool.
They're definitely aged, but the Emperor's Children have the best, in my opinion, have the best Heresy models. Like,
I'd agree.
These guys, the Palatine Blades, and even the Emperor's Children Contemptor.
I like the Cacophony, amazing. The old Cacophony. With
they're good too. They're good too.
But I absolutely love these models. Like, they're so good. I really hope they do a upscaled version at some point.
That'd be amazing.
Yes. So Phoenix Terminators take up a retinue slot, 200 points for a unit of 4 and 1 champion, and 35 points for any additional Phoenix Terminator. You can include up to an extra 5. So the base Terminator is move 7, weapon skill 5, ballistic skill strength 4, toughness 5, 2 wounds, initiative 4, 2 attacks, leadership and cool 8, willpower and intelligence 7, a 2+5+ save. And then the Phoenix Champion is exactly the same except leadership and cool of 9. Which that's pretty good. They have the bulky and skill unmatched, and we just discussed the skill unmatched, so you can choose to increase your weapon skill either for the purposes of attacking your opponent or if your opponent is attacking you. They all come equipped with Phoenix Power Spears, and if all the models in the unit have the traitor trait, they may all have a surgical augment for +5 points each, but must all have the same one. And this is where you're talking about the lance, is it? So you'd give these guys a lance and stick a character in there potentially. And then legacies.
Their sergeant does have the champion rule, so you could just give him a shrieker if you wanted to. For example,
of course. Can you though? Do they have to be all the same?
That's a good question. I just meant give him a shrieker and not give them anything.
And not give. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
If you wanted to.
I quite like the idea of the lance though. For 5 points, I think that's quite a cheeky little.
Yeah.
Especially if you're charging.
No, you're right, and you'd assume that they would have a character with them, right, who would have the sonic shriekers. So the whole unit can afford to have the lancers if someone else is carrying it for them.
You could just give the champion the
shrieker if you wanted to,
and then just that's it. Yeah. All models in the unit may have one of may have. So you don't have to give them one, but you have to give them all the same one. Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. And then legacies allows them to take a grenade harness. I just personally wouldn't bother with grenade harness.
What do you do?
Like, it's a one shot.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do much, so probably wouldn't bother. I really like this unit. I really like the skill unmatched. I do like the idea of, like, you're already weapon skill 5. Do you choose to make yourself better to attack, or do you try and defend yourself? I guess it depends what you're fighting against. But I really like the idea of that. I like the idea you have a choice. It's kind of like, do I go balls deep and try and hit them, or do I play on the back foot a bit and try and defend myself a bit better? I say,
you're right. It does matter. It does matter who you're fighting. If you're fighting like a basic unit, if you're fighting a unit that's weapon skill 4, then
you might as well.
Going either way is not really going to help you, right? It's for fighting peer competitors to try and make it a little bit harder. Yeah.
But I do like that idea. I like it. It's a simple rule, but it gives you something to think about. You're a bit like, oh fuck, do I just try and hit these? I mean, I guess you've got the initiative advantage 9 times out of 10, so you're probably just going to be like, oh fuck it, let's just go for it and punch him in the face. You know what I mean? But I do like that. It's a cool rule.
Less attacks coming back at you.
Yeah. You don't have to defend if they're all dead, do you?
No, exactly. Yeah, these guys are, like, surprisingly defensive for Tartaros. Like, they're more defensive than you'd expect because of that skill unmatched. I'm underwhelmed by this unit, but I always have been in every edition.
Right,
they're cool. What's the best thing about them is their price. They're 35 points each, so they're super cheap. Much cheaper than most other elite Terminators, and for that fact alone, like, they're worth taking. But you have to be very kind of careful in the role that you use them for, because they can't really go after other Terminators.
No,
with those spears, they can't take them on, and they only have 2 attacks each, whereas most other elite Terminators have 3 attacks. So it's tough for them out there.
Yeah, agreed. I see these as clearing objectives, but I guess the downside to that is they don't have Vanguard, they don't have line, so I mean, they can obviously still score once they've cleared. But that's how I see these. I see these as an elite kind of objective clearer, I suppose. I would be throwing
which is
these.
Strange.
Yeah,
it's strange when they're like the elite kind of bodyguard unit, right? Yeah,
they should be murdering. Anyway. Yeah, true. Yeah. I guess the trouble is, it's a hard one, isn't it? Yeah, I guess if you made the spear like AP2, then all of a sudden they become fucking batshit, don't they? I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, they just need an extra attack.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. Yeah.
Just make the whole unit 3 instead of just the champion.
Yeah, true. I just love the model. I love the model.
Yeah, no, they're so good.
Absolutely love them. Up next, Palatine Blades. These are a Legion elite slots. 165 points for 4 warriors and a Prefector, and an additional 5 warriors can be taken for 28 points each. Oh, excuse me. So the warrior and Prefector both have the same stats. So move 7, weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 4, strength and toughness 4, 2 wounds each, initiative 4, 3 attacks each, leadership 8, cool 8, willpower and intelligence 7, and they have a 2+ save. So these guys have 3 attacks each. They have the Vanguard 3 special rule. They come equipped with Palatine Blade and Bolt Pistol. Any model may swap a Palatine Blade for Phoenix Spear. If they are all traitors, they may take the same surgical augment as we previously discussed. And the legacies allow them to swap the Palatine Blade for a power weapon or a Phoenix Rapier, and the legacies also include the Palatine Aquila Squad, which are the same, but with jump packs. And again, with the prefector, he's also has the subtype champion. Am I right in saying that? I think he does, yeah. And the Palatine Blade is initiative and attacks as base, +1 strength, AP 3, damage 1, breaching 5+, and duelist edge. What are your thoughts on these? I really like these from just reading the rules. What are your thoughts?
They are good. Like, I love them as well. The breaching 5+ sword with the +1 strength is really, really good. They have, of course, Vanguard 3, which can be, a good thing if you get it off. It can also be a bit of a psychological thing for your opponent as well. If they're trying to keep away from you, you can kind of get a little bit of board control with that Vanguard 3, even if you're not ever scoring those points. I think they're decent value as well. Like, they're much more, like, I was looking at the price today of Dawnbreakers in comparison, and these guys are 33 points for the jump pack version. The Dawnbreakers are like 25 points.
Right,
so that's a huge difference. But compared to like other units like Rob's Lokyatara squad, these guys are fantastic value. So they're somewhere in the middle, which I think is totally fine. They're good. If you give them like a Sonic Shrieker, again, like, that's fantastic to protect them on the way in. The 2+ save is really, really nice as well. I think they're good. It's just the same thing with the Phoenix Terminators. Don't send them into Terminators, and you'll do all right. If you want to go after the enemy's kind of Death Star, these guys aren't the ones. And this edition, they've lost skill unmatched. They used to have it as well, so they could be quite defensive in the last edition, where you'd use that skill unmatched for the +1 weapon skill for when they're hitting you, combined with the Sonic Shriekers. So the enemy was essentially at -2 to hit you, which meant that people that would be hitting, a weapon skill 5 unit could only hit you on a 6. So they were actually quite defensive.
Okay.
Whereas this edition, they're just about killing, and don't send them after Terminators. So that'd be my my judgment. Like, a squad of 10 of these guys will kill like 2.5 Terminators or something.
It's funny, isn't it? But then at least these have the Vanguard free, so you can just charge these into attack squads and dickheads on objectives, and actually try and get some victory points that way. I mean, based off 0 experience of Emperor's Children, I would definitely pick these over the Phoenix Terminators. Mainly just for that, the Vanguard free. I feel like that gives them more purpose to their role of going after like 3+ save dickheads, really. But again,
and they've got that extra attack that I wanted for the Phoenix Guard as well, which is really important. And of course with the jump packs as well, they can be quite fast. I take a unit of these guys in every list I write, pretty much.
Right. Do you run them with the jump packs or not?
I've done them as both, usually with the jump packs.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, cool. I mean, I guess the thing now with 3rd edition is transports are so fucking quick. You can. I wouldn't be against sticking these in a Land Raider, shoving them down my opponent's throat, jumping out, hopefully try and get off a charge turn 1. If you're lucky.
They can even charge out of a Rhino, right? It's a disordered charge, but they're still getting in there with 3 attacks.
I mean, if you want to save
there are
points,
options for sure.
Yeah, true. Yeah, cool. I like these. Like them.
Me too.
A lot.
And the models are amazing.
And talking about amazing models, like, I mean, these are looking proper skinny now, but I love the head. Like, they look
the design aesthetic is fantastic. It's just, the proportions of the model are a bit wacky now.
So the Cacophony is a Legion support slot, 150 points for a unit of 4 and 1 orchestra. 25 points for additional Cacophony, up to a maximum of 5 more. So you have movement 7, weapon skill, strength, toughness 4, wounds 1, initiative 4, tax 1, leadership 9, cool 8, willpower, initiative 7, a 3+ save, and the orchestrator is exactly the same, but he has a leadership 10 and a cool 9. I mean, that's huge, isn't it? It's
very good.
Essentially a sergeant.
So they were fearless in the last edition.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. That's So they don't have any special rules, but they have the traitor trait built in. So you can't take these if you wanted to take a loyalist Emperor's Children.
No shit. Yeah.
Armed with the Cacophony, Sonic Shriekers, Bolt Pistol. The legacies allow the Orchestrator to take a chainsword, a power weapon, or power fist. So the Cacophony is a range 36, free shot, strength 6, AP 5, damage 1, with overload 1, stun 2, and critical hit 6 plus. I actually really like these. Like stun 2 is fucking great. 36-inch range. I was looking at the price. These aren't that much more than if you took a heavy support slot and just gave them Volkite. This is essentially Volkite with stun 2, really, isn't it? Do you use these? You had much experience? You think they're great or shit, or what are your thoughts?
Well, we'll see later on in one of the lists I've got. I've got a couple of units of these guys. So I think they're not going to be killing too much.
No.
But they're there for the stun too.
Yeah.
So I've taken 2 kind of smaller squads. Like if you can manage to get a status off before your guys charge in, that's amazing because it means that the enemy will be reduced to initiative 1. So that'll give you a huge advantage in challenges. It'll allow your power fists to go before all of their weapons. So, and it will stop units from scoring as well. And 36-inch range is good. So I see their role as essentially shooting tactical squads on objectives to try and stun them.
Yeah.
Or hoping to stun a unit before your Palatine Blades or Terminators go in there. So, yeah, I think they're a good kind of utility unit rather than a unit that's going to absolutely blow the enemy away. They used to be a lot more destructive in previous editions.
Yeah.
I think now they're just kind of a useful tool.
Yeah, agreed, totally. I mean, they are still 3 shots, strength 6 each, so they're going to do a bit of damage depending what you're firing them into. But like you say, that's not why you're doing it, is it? You're doing it for the stun. And the overload.
They come with Sonic Shriekers, but they're never going to charge anyone, so
no,
it's not going to do anything for them.
No, these are
Leadership 10 and Cool 9, super, super good.
Yeah, I like these. I like these a lot. And again, I feel it links a bit into, like you were talking about, the combined arms style of Emperor's Children. This is very much a support unit. I mean, ironically, they're in the sports slot. Exactly as you said. As soon as I read these, I read the initial bit, and I was like, oh, it's all right. It's a slightly more expensive Volkite. And then you're like stun 2. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Because like you say, you can stun before you charge, or if you know you're going to charge a unit and kill it, you can just try and stun something to stop them scoring. So yeah, I
and
like
the thing
these.
with stun is like all you have to do is hit with it, I think.
Yeah.
You don't have to cause wounds or anything like that. So
yeah,
that's really tasty. And even if you were to, stupefy these guys in a Hereticus list, the way snapshots work now, there's still 3 shots per guy, and all you need to do is roll a 5.
Yeah.
So on average, every guy is going to hit at least once, which meets the criteria for the stun test. So
yeah,
I think they're really good. Yeah.
You're not using these for damage, are you? Yeah. This is purely a tactical status dishing out unit. Yeah, I like these.
I think so. You did say, like they can do damage, but I think their best use is for the statuses. Yeah.
I've played against squads of 5 Volkite, and they can be really frustrating. And I mean, I feel like this is just a more frustrating unit because you're going to have to shoot them because you're going to keep getting stunned. But even if you just have a 5-man squad, it almost feels like a waste of shooting something into them because you're like,
exactly.
Fuck, I want to shoot that Palatine Blade squad that's running towards me like a bunch of lunatics, but actually I need to get rid of this thing that keeps stunning my unit. So it's almost a bit of a distraction unit, really, isn't it?
And they're not line, but they can still sit in an objective and score.
You're still scoring.
Got a range of 36. So I think they're quite a useful unit.
Yeah, that's one thing. No, I'm thinking of something else. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. So next up we have the Inductee.
You're thinking of the Sun Killers, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway,
are they heedless,
we'll get to them.
aren't they? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the Inductee are obviously a troop slot. We had the rules for these released a couple of weeks ago now, was it? So 100 points for a unit of 10, and then additional 10 for 9 points each. They are movement 7, weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness 4, 1 wound each, initiative 4, 2 attacks each, leadership 7, cool 7, willpower, intelligence 6, and a 3+ save. They have Vanguard 2, and they have the special rule Perfection Embodied. When a unit with any models with this rule rolls to avoid a tactical status, it rolls 3d6 and ignores the highest in the morale subphase or the lowest in the resolution subphase. Now, I read this last night and I was really, really tired. And I was like, why would you want to get rid of the lowest in the resolution subphase? And then I realized you don't. That's the negative.
No, yeah, it's a downside, yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck? I don't get this, right? What? I was going through the rule book, like, why the fuck would you want that? And yeah, the outcome is you
yeah.
So they come
the fluff for them basically is that they're like the super confident, like young dudes who are like, yeah, we're the Emperor's children, we're better than everyone. So they're like, they're really gung-ho to get in there. But then if they actually lose combat, they're like, oh, hang on,
fuck.
what? This isn't supposed to happen. Ah! Yeah.
Yeah, I had to read the fluff of the rule before I got my head around the rule. But I do actually, I really like it. Like, I think it's a really cool rule. And any Inductee may swap their chainsword for a Chernobyl saber for 5 points, and 1 in 4 may swap their chainsword for a heavy chainsword or power weapon. What are your thoughts on these guys?
These guys are decent. I think the thing that lets them down is the Vanguard 2 instead of line something.
Right.
But, like 14 points for a dude with a Chernobyl saber is pretty decent value. They're looking for 5s to wound essentially for that breaching 5+. But that's pretty tasty. Like against a peer unit, like a breachy, a despoiler unit or a tactical unit, they'll come out on top. But it's not going to be like that big a difference. They can take a power weapon per 4 models, whereas most units per 5. Which means that if you do take the full 20-man squad, you can have 5 power weapons. So you can end up sinking a lot of points into this unit. And I think that's a bit of a trap. I'd be more likely to take, like if I took 10 of them, I'd take 5 Chernobyl sabers. I think that's the kind of thing I'd do rather than take them all, because you've got to assume that you're going to take a few casualties going in there. But yeah, I think it's a decent unit. Vanguard, I think, is a very hard rule to pull off.
Yeah,
if they were line 1 or line 2, the way normal despoilers are, I'd definitely take them over regular despoilers. But with Vanguard 2, it's kind of like, do you take them? Do you not take them? Whereas, they're not an obvious choice.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because, like you say, they are essentially despoiler squad, and despoilers, come with line 2. Like, if these had line 2, they would be fucking brilliant, I think. Just clear objective and then just score at the end of the turn. But, I agree. I feel like Vanguard's hard to pull off, and I feel with these it's probably even harder to pull off. And then obviously the downside is you're only ever scoring what is
one
it? 2?
VP,
1 VP, 1 VP.
On an objective, With the Hereticus rule as well, it's a bit of a wash with their special rule, because you're not going to be taking, hopefully you won't be taking like morale checks, because you'll be stupefied. So that kind of cancels out the positive and the negative of their special rule.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
but that's not that wouldn't change whether I would take the unit or not. I still think the other kind of underlying factors are more important, particularly the Vanguard. But I think they're fine. They're just not like an obvious kind of upgrade on regular.
Would you take this over a despoiler squad, or would you just take a despoiler squad?
I would probably take the despoilers for the line 2. It's only that rule that kind of gives the despoilers the advantage. Otherwise, I'd take these guys.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I tend to agree.
Because the lower leadership of Inductee, especially if you're taking the Hereticus rules, doesn't really matter.
No.
So they're, in that case, that would be a better unit than the despoilers. But I think the spoilers with line 2, it's just much better. Yeah.
Agreed. Cool. And then we have the Sunkillers, which is a legacy unit. They are a Legion elite slot and a 0-1 option, so you can only take one unit of these guys. 65 points for a unit of 4 Sunkillers and 1 Novator. And then plus 10 points for each additional Sunkiller, and you can have up to a maximum of 15 dudes. So you could have a 20-man fucking support squad. I love that. Their stats are movement 7, weapon skill, ballistic skills, strength, toughness 4, 1 wound each, initiative 4, 1 attack each, leadership cool 8, willpower, intelligence 7, and 3+ save. And then the Novator is exactly the same, except he has leadership and cool of 9. So these have special rule heedless, and they have designated quarry, which once per battle, the unit may increase its ballistic skill by 1 when targeting a designated unit with a vehicle subtype, as long as they didn't move in the previous movement phase. They come armed with bolt pistols, and every model in the unit must take either a Volkite, Culverin plasma cannon, multi-melter, or a las cannon at cost. What are your thoughts on this? Like, I like this, but you are taking it to kill vehicles, basically, aren't you? Like, is how I feel. Otherwise, you might as well just take a heavy support squad. Is kind of how I feel about these.
Yeah, so they've definitely been toned down from the previous edition. They used to be ballistic skill 5, which was massive. They used to ignore cover and shroud saves if they didn't move for their shot, which was also amazing because it meant that, you know, people couldn't react against them. They also used to have combat weapons. Not that that is like a thing, really. Squad. But you know, and obviously shooting, like interceptors being toned way down, shooting reactions being toned way down. So they're definitely not what they used to be. But if you compare them to a regular heavy support squad, they're still decent value. They're only a little bit more expensive. They have that, you know, once a game ability for +1 BS against a vehicle. And their base leadership and cool is 8. And for their Novator, it's 9, which is, you know, a point higher than the equivalent squad. And in this edition, they can take a Nuncio Vox and a Vexilla, which they couldn't in the previous edition. So
interesting.
they've been toned down from where they were, but compared to a normal heavy support squad, I think they're still good value. So yeah, they're decent. The one thing that really triggers me about these guys is that, like, in my mind, these are like the best like Legion heavy support squads there are out there. Like, these are the Palatine Blade dudes of gun dudes, right? Yeah. And then they came out and released a fucking veteran heavy support squad with 2 wounds and 2 attacks and all that other shit. And I'm like, who are these dudes? Like, what the fuck are these guys doing? As if you'd ever take them for the Emperor's Children. Like, how are they better than Sunkillers? But that's beside the point. Those dudes are fucking expensive. The Sunkillers are probably better value in all honesty. So
interesting. Yeah.
I think these guys are decent. They're definitely not what they used to be. But if you want to take a heavy support squad, then they're good value. Yeah.
Just don't arm them with plasma cannons, because I'm pretty sure I had a quick look, and the plasma cannons I think are 5 points more expensive for the Sunkillers than if you just buy it from a heavy support squad. You might need to double check that. But
really?
I had a quick look last night. I don't have the legacy available, but I'm pretty sure that the let me have a quick look. The normal plasma cannon is... Oh, no, it's 20 points. Maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm sure it's 25
They're 25
points.
for the Sunkillers?
Yeah, so a normal plasma cannon...
Yeah, they're 25 for the Sunkillers.
Yeah, it's 20 points for a normal unit. So if you want to take plasma cannons...
And if you want your plasma cannons to be good as well, then they become Overload 2. So if you roll a 1 or a 2, they overload. So don't take the plasma cannons.
So stay away from plasma cannons. I mean, I feel like if you're taking these guys, you probably want to equip them for anti-tank, because their special rule kind of leans into... But like you say, I mean, 15 points more for a higher leadership and cool is probably worth it. It depends.
And the rule, they can't score, which is a slight downside, but you should have other units in your army to do that. And it means that if they do get caught out near an objective by a Vanguard unit, they won't give up any Vanguard points either. Which is,
interesting.
You know,
Yeah. But they can't score
they can't contest.
They can't contest. Yeah. So
exactly. Yeah.
that is a downside. That is kind of annoying. But yeah, I do like these. Like you say, it's funny because there is a veteran heavy weapons squad that it's like you say, 4 points, but
better stats. Like what the fuck?
These are meant to be the cream of the crop. I was surprised that these weren't weapon skill 5 when I saw them, but I guess it's one of them, isn't it? Is that too much? I don't know.
Well, nobody else has it now, really, so it might be a bit too much. But they should have it. But whatever, everything got toned down a little bit. Like Dreadnoughts are only BS5 now, 4 now as well. So.
I really like the idea of slapping multi-melters on these, stick them in a Rhino and just driving them at tanks. Like, I know that's not probably the best way to use them. I just love the idea of it.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah.
I really like it because they got the high leaderships. They can take a bit of damage. I love the idea. Slap them in a Rhino and just drive them at tanks and fucking turn everything into slag.
And the additional Marines in the squad, they're only the same cost as a regular heavy support Marine now as well. I think compared to a heavy support squad, they're good value. Whether they're the most competitive choice now, I have my doubts, but I've still got them in most of my lists just because it's super fluffy and it's a cool unit.
They're sun killers, aren't they? You got to have sun killers. So this is another legacy unit. So Rylanor the Unyielding. He is a war engine slot, 180 points. How do you feel about? Before I even go into the stats, how do you feel about Rylanor the Unyielding?
So I was highly triggered in 2nd edition when he didn't get the stats I thought he should have, and on Sacrus, the dude who had just woken up 2 hours ago was somehow better than Rylanor, who fought beside the Emperor on Terra, carried the Emperor's personal standard. But after a vicious campaign on Instagram, I didn't get the rules changed, but the rules were changed, and I'm claiming that. So he was made much better. He got up to weapon skill 6 and a whole bunch of nice rules and stuff. Now he is a regular contemptor. The only difference, like literally the only difference, is that he has cool 12 instead of 10.
And
leadership. And he has hatred. Yeah. He has hatred traders or something like that, and a special rule.
No. So he has. So let's go for it. So he is, like you say, he's basically a standard contemptor. So he's movement 8, weapon skill, ballistic skill 4, strength and toughness 7, wound 6, initiative and attacks 4. He is leadership 12 and cool 12, willpower 7, intelligence 5. He has a 2+5+ save. He has the bulky 6, explodes on a 5+, implacable advance, loyalist, smokescreen, and he has the special rule vengeful hate. So if he is in a combat with Fulgrim or Fulgrim Transfigured, this unit may be involved in a challenge. So you can throw him into a challenge with Fulgrim. If
Fulgrim will fucking absolutely dumpster this dude, like fucking
if
make
Fulgrim issues a challenge, Rylanor must accept the challenge. He comes equipped with carries assault cannon, 1 Gravis power fist, and a heavy flamer. Yes, like you do not want this guy in a close combat in a challenge with Fulgrim.
Regular Fulgrim will only wound him on a 5+, to be fair, but like even so, like just the number of attacks he has will make a fucking mess of this guy. Look, to be fair, like it's a fucking travesty. I'm triggered beyond belief. I'm furious, but he is costed appropriately, so he's not too expensive. If you want to take a contemptor with a Carrier's assault cannon for some reason, then he's decent, right? He's okay if you're playing Loyalist Emperor's Children. He's costed properly for the war gear he has and the rules.
I guess
he's just not that good.
Yeah. I mean, it's just fucking insane. At least weapon skill 5. Come on, like at least. Like this guy is an absolute shit kicker, and you've given him weapon skill 4. He's basically the close combat prowess of a bog standard tactical marine. Like, fucking come on. My God.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm so triggered. Yeah. What's next? Let's move on.
Let's move on. Right, we are into Lord Commander Eidolon, the Auric Hammer. So, Eidolon is high command choice, 215 points. He is movement 12. This guy's weapon skill 6. He gets it. Ballistic skill 5, strength, toughness, wounds 4, initiative, and attacks 5. Fucking hell, 5 attacks. Leadership 10, cool, willpower, and intelligence 9. He's a 2+4+ save. Special rules, impact, attacks, bulky 2, deep strike. He comes armed with the Glory Eterna, Archaeotech pistol, Sonic Shriekers, and the Death Scream. What does the Death Scream do? It is a template weapon, 1 shot, strength 3, AP 5, damage 1, breaching 6+, pinning 0. And the Glory Eterna is a -2 initiative, attacks as base, +2 strength, AP 2, damage 2, with a critical hit 6+. What are your thoughts on this guy? Fuck it, again, like I've kind of covered the model with our heads, but I absolutely, this is another old model that I think just, I love it. Like
I recently repainted this guy. He has truly stood the test of time. He's a fantastic model still, I reckon.
So good,
really nice,
so good.
He's expensive. 215 points. He's been toned down a lot from what he used to be. Back in the day, he'd have like, I can't remember, like 6 or 7 attacks on the charge, and he'd be going at initiative on the charge with his Thunderhammer. He used to, whereas now it's just -2 initiative, which is a standard Thunderhammer.
Yeah.
So he's got a critical hit Thunderhammer essentially. So he's definitely been toned down from what he was. He doesn't have like a warlord trait that helped him out anymore. Like nobody does really. So he's just been pared back a lot, like a lot of the 3rd edition characters have been. He's lost a lot, and he's still expensive. If you want to play competitively, I'd take a regular Praetor instead of this guy.
Right.
But like he's a classic character. Like I think he still has his Archaeotech pistol, which is decent. Sonic Shriek is good.
Yeah.
His Death Scream is, it's a strength 3 instead of strength 2 Sonic Lance, and it has pinning 0, which is decent. So he's fine. He's not like ridiculously overcosted or anything like that. He's just he's lost a lot of what he used to be.
Yeah. I mean, he does feel like he is pretty expensive, isn't he? But yeah. I mean,
he used to kill dreadnoughts and all sorts of characters on the charge and everything.
Yeah.
And he'll still do a lot of damage on the charge, but striking at -2 initiative now instead of at full initiative. Like he'd be going at initiative 6 last edition with a Thunderhammer. Now he's going at initiative 3. So or 4 if he's regular Emperor's Children. So still good, but not what he used to be.
Yeah, true. I like it. I still love the model. I would take him just for the model, to be honest.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, cool. And then we have the hero himself, Sol Tarvitz, savior of the Imperium. So he is a command slot. Again, 215 points. Movement 7, weapon skill 6, ballistic skill 5, strength toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 5, 4 attacks, leadership 10, cool, willpower, intelligence 9, 2+4+ save. Special rules, hatred traitor, officer of line 2, a brother betrayed. So this is a unique gambit that can be used in the first turn of the challenge only when fighting against Sons of Horus, Emperor's Children, World Eater, or Death Guard enemy. When used, Soul becomes +1 weapon skill, strength, and toughness until the end of the challenge. Fuck, that's pretty good. He comes equipped with a Nemesis Bolter and a Chernobyl Broadsword. So the Chernobyl Broadsword is initiative and attacks as base, +2 strength, AP dash, damage 1, breaching 5+, duelist edge 1. Okay, interesting.
So he is
dash. That's AP nothing. That's
he is trash. Like
yeah.
he used to be good. In second edition, he was 155 points. So massive difference.
Right.
Now he's a Praetor with one less attack. He has one less attack than a regular Praetor.
Yeah.
All his other stats are the same. The sword now is toned right down.
That's insane.
It used to be
nothing.
It used to be breaching 4+,
right,
and Duelist Edge 2. So the sword used to be better. He used to have an amazing Warlord trait as well that could make his unit fearless, which is really, really handy.
Right.
His gambit is really good in challenges.
Yeah.
And you use it in the first round of the challenge.
Yeah.
And it lasts throughout the rest of the challenge, like other rounds of the challenge.
Yeah.
So you can have those bonuses and still take other gambits on top, which is really, really handy. But his sword is so shit. He's not going to win a challenge anyway.
It's
fucking
terrible, isn't it?
And it's only against 4 other legions. So he's just he should still be 140 points or 150 points.
Yeah.
It's just so expensive. Like
AP nothing is blowing. That is fucking blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Like how is that?
It's dumb. Like Officer of the Line 2 is good.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing about him. Yeah.
Like you say, the gambit's fucking amazing, but he's not going to do anything with it because you're fishing for 5s. On 4 attacks. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's insane. Oh man, what a shame. Again, another fucking amazing model.
And his model is amazing as well. I just painted another one for him too. He's another fantastic Emperor's Children model.
I would use his model to just make a standard Praetor. Just not run him as sword. Oh man, that's
change that sword for a spear or a hammer or something else. Yeah.
Like it's such an iconic character as well. And
he literally is,
AP. Yeah. I mean, if that was like AP3 breaching 4, it would still be a million times better than what it is. Like, it just does nothing. That's just you're gonna do nothing, can't you? Like fucking nothing.
Yeah, it means that only only a third of his attacks are gonna ignore armor.
I mean, you're almost always going to be in a challenge with someone with a 2+ armor save, aren't you? So, like, you're fishing for 5s off 4 attacks. Like,
so if he attacks a tactical squad, he's got 4 attacks. He'll probably hit like 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
He's going to wound twice.
Yeah.
And he might. He'll kill one guy. He'll kill one tactical marine. Like, yeah. It's a sorry state of affairs.
God, yeah, that's oh man, that's blowing my mind. I read the rules for him,
215 points.
Yeah,
215 points. It should be 115 points.
Yeah, that's man. Yeah, let's move on.
It's wild.
Oh yeah, right. We're into the big man himself now. Fulgrim, the Phoenician, the prefector of Chemos, warlord slot.
Yep.
425 points. He is obviously Paragon unique subtype. He is movement 8, weapon skill 8, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, wound 6, initiative 8. That just makes Perturabo fucking weep tiny little tears. Attack 6, leadership 12, cool, willpower, intelligence 10. He has a 2+4+ save. He has bulky 4, eternal warrior 2, sublime swordsman, and sire of the Emperor's children. Special rules. So the Sublime Swordsman means that when Fulgrim is in a challenge, if he has advantage, he gains an extra attack for every initiative he is higher than the opponent. And that is, I believe that's base initiative, so you don't take into account any weapons you're equipped with. So yeah, you would be getting, off the top of my head, 3 extra attacks against Perturabo.
And that's not a gambit as well, so you can have gambits on top of that.
Yeah. That's just yeah. And Sire of the Emperor's Children means that if 4 or more troop slots are filled with tactical assault units, then all troop slots are prime. That's fairly standard across all Primarchs. He also makes all units made up of only EC units to gain +1 combat resolution if they're outside the deployment zone. So that's actually pretty good, really, isn't it? That's
it is good, yeah.
You're basically
and a lot of the Primarchs.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I was going to say a lot of the Primarchs, their special rule only kind of works in the first turn, whereas this one.
Oh,
Works
you're
for the whole
right.
game.
Yeah. That's true.
Pretty
Yeah.
tasty. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that is.
Yeah, so it's like an extra
I mean,
maxilla
it
for
would be
each squad.
shit if this was the only for the first turn.
Yeah, first turn charge only.
But yeah, I like that a lot. Like, I think combat resolution was something that when we first kind of got the rules, everyone was like, meh, and now we're like, oh, actually, this plays quite a big part.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that a lot. And what is he equipped with? He is equipped with the Leon Blade. It is initiative, attack, strength, base, AP2, damage 2, and duelist edge 1. And he is equipped with Firebrand, which is range 15, 2 shots, strength 6, AP2, damage 1, shred 5+, deflagrate. Have you used Fulgrim at all? Like standard Fulgrim? Have you used him in any games in 3rd edition?
Not yet in this edition, no.
No.
But just looking at him, like he's cheap for a Primarch, which is good. He's got really good stats with weapon skill 8 and initiative 8. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of been limited to a 2+4+ now, so that's not such a bad thing.
Yeah.
His Sire rule is good. His challenge bonus is good. Where he's let down is his weapons, right? So in the previous edition, the sword was essentially the same, but it was poison 2+. It was
shit. Yeah. Okay.
not poison. What is it called?
I know what you mean.
Fleshbane. Fleshbane. So 2+ to wound. So now he's going to struggle if he's fighting another Primarch. If he's fighting a toughness 4 unit, he's wounding on a 2. Anything above that, he's going to start to struggle a bit. And if he's fighting a Dreadnought, he's only going to be wounding them on 5s. If he's fighting, most other Primarchs, he's wounding on 4s or 5s. So he's going to struggle a bit more compared to what he used to do with his, wounding everything on a 2. And, it's a big deal. His Firebrand is much better this game, but he's not there to shoot stuff. That's a nice bonus, but that's not why he's there. And his sword being strength base and not having any bonus, that's where he kind of is let down a bit.
Yeah, interesting. I do feel I have not played any Primarchs in 3rd edition, but I do feel it's always been a case of when Primarchs meet, they kind of just hit each other and nothing really happens. I do feel that has continued into 3rd edition. Just from having read the rules, it feels like they are just going to slap each other for 4 turns and then that's the end of it. But, it's
if it's in a challenge, depending who it's against, Fulgrim could get lucky just through the sheer number of attacks he can get.
Yeah,
with his challenge bonus, the right gambit, he might get lucky. But if he was winning on 2s, it'd be a much better thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I'll be honest, Primarchs is not something I have really paid a huge amount of interest in, but he's weapon skill, just from having a quick look, is pretty much higher than every traitor Primarch, as it should be. I like it. Yeah, I see what you mean about the weapons. I do like the +1 combat resolution. It
is good. Yeah, it's good.
Pretty good. Because, like you say, I know with Perturabos, it's literally the first turn and then that's it. It's done. To have it switched.
There's a few that are like that.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. But here's the big one. Fulgrim Transfigured, the Phoenician Defied written. Deified. Avatar of Perfection. Fuck me, really. So he is a warlord slot, obviously 600 points, Paragon, unique, malefic subtype.
Yeah.
So Fulgrim Transfigured is movement 14, weapon skill 8, ballistic skill 6, strength, toughness, and wound 7, initiative 8, attacks 7, leadership 12, cool 10, willpower 12, intelligence 8, 2+4+ save. His bulky 7. He has the Scion of Corruption, special rule, Avatar of Perfection, special rule, Deep Strike, Eternal Warrior 2, and Fear 2. Fuck me. So Scion of Corruption means he cannot be taken in the same list as a regular non-snaky Fulgrim. Yeah,
Wow.
obviously there weren't two of them. Like, if you were going to do that, go like stick your head in an oven. Avatar of Perfection means Fulgrim Transfigured must declare a challenge and may use the heroic intervention rule without expending a reaction point. And then Kerry wrote here, note that you cannot declare a reaction if you have no reaction points left, even if it's free. And I had to kind of go and double check this, and it's totally right. Yeah, if you under the reaction rules, if you don't have any reaction points left, you can't declare a reaction. So you have to, it's kind of, it's a bit gamey, but yeah, you have to be a bit careful of that. If you've got no reactions left, then technically you can't declare a reaction, even if it's free. And
That's clever.
His weapons are the Blades of the Phoenician. So you have two kind of same weapon, two different options, don't you, that you can choose from? So Decapitating Slashes is initiative, attacks, and strength at base, AP 2, damage 2. It's got critical hit 6+ and duelist edge 1. And then you've got Sundering Blows, which is -2 initiative. Only 3 attacks, so you only get 3 attacks of this, but it's 5+ strength, AP 2, damage 4. No special rules. So I guess this kind of gets around the problem with normal Fulgrim in that you can, like, I mean, increasing your strength by +5 puts you up to strength 12. So pretty good, but you are then only limited to 3 attacks, which is not amazing. What are your thoughts on Fulgrim Transfigured?
Well, first of all, he's fucking expensive at 600 points.
He is, yeah,
but he's a definite upgrade on regular Fulgrim. You know, he's still got that really high weapon skill and initiative, but he now has an extra point of strength, toughness, and an extra wound and an extra attack as well. So that's pretty important. Like going up to toughness 7 and strength 7 is really, really tasty. He's also fast as well. He doesn't need a transport with movement 14. He's malefic, so he can only be joined by malefic squads, but you can get around that with true believers, which I've done in the list that we'll see later on. But I think he's really good. Fear 2 is obviously fantastic as well. His weapons are pretty tasty. Like you said, it does kind of fix some of the problems that regular Fulgrim had, because he does, he is at strength 7 now, so he'll be wounding other Primarchs on 4s or 3s most of the time. He's still got he's got a critical hit 6+ now, which he didn't have, and with 7 attacks you should get at least one of those off, which means that it's an instant wound, and the damage on that attack will go up to 3, which is really, really good. Of course, if you're taking him in a Hereticus list, he can be stupefied to make his base strength 8. He can go up to strength 13 with the Sundering Blows. Which is amazing. So he's a lot more flexible than regular Fulgrim, I think. Whereas in the last edition, I think regular Fulgrim was better and cheaper. Now Demon Fulgrim is better but more expensive. So it's the way things should be. And I think he's in a better place now than he was for sure.
I like him. Like I say, I don't have a huge amount of experience with Primarchs, but I think, like you say, 600 points is a lot, but I feel like he would be doing a lot. So, Fear 2 as well.
Fear 2 bubbles, fantastic.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. I mean, there's not a lot that is Fear 2. Most things that actually have fear are just Fear 1, aren't they? So, really good. I like him a lot.
And it's just rereading his challenge rules there. So he has to issue a challenge if he can, which meant on his turn. And if he doesn't issue a challenge, he has to do a heroic intervention. But if the enemy was to challenge him in their turn, he doesn't actually technically have to accept. But if you were to do that, you'd be an absolute bitch. So don't do that. But but I don't think he has to actually technically accept the challenge. But
I don't think Fulgrim's persona would not allow him to just turn down a challenge, would it? Like Fulgrim.
Exactly, and he's not thinking about what's tactically, the thing to do, or what he should be doing based on the rest of the game, trying to save you VPs. All he's trying to do is show he's the best. So you have to accept that challenge with him.
Plus, also just a fucking amazing model. If you can transport
so good.
it fall into pieces.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, cool. I like it. Oh, crikey. That's it. That's the lists. That's the
I think we missed Lucius.
Oh,
we missed Lucius. I didn't think there was a page there for him.
Did. Yeah, no.
But just briefly,
let's talk. Yeah,
he's 200. He's 215 points, just like everyone else. They're all 215 points for some reason.
Yeah,
which makes me kind of wonder: is that a mistake? Especially looking at Saul Tarvitz. But yeah, he's 215 points. He has movement 7, weapon skill 7, which is amazing. PS5, toughness 4, strength 4, 3 wounds, which is a bit lame, less than a regular Praetor. Initiative 6, which is 1 point higher. Weapon skill 5, which is the same as a regular Praetor. And then he's got dodgy leadership stats. He's got 9, 8, 8, 7. So yeah, he's just a buffed up Legion champion rather than a Legion Praetor with some additional abilities. He's got the Blades of Lucius. He can take a Sonic Shriek of 15 points, which you want to do, unless you've already got it on another model in the unit for him. His sword is base initiative, base attacks, base strength, AP 2, damage 2, duelist edge. So it's exactly the same as Fulgrim's Layer Blade, which means that he has exactly the same problems as Fulgrim. He's only strength 4. So even against a Terminator character, he's only going to be wounding them on 5s. So just, exact same kind of problems that Fulgrim has. So I think he is another one that is a lot worse than he was in the previous edition. He's been toned down quite a lot. His sword in the previous edition was, I think, rending 3+ or something like that, which is absolutely mental. And he had more attacks in the previous edition. He could get preferred enemy independent character. He had a better initiative as well. So he's just been toned down a bunch.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Like 215 points, and then if you give him Sonic Shriekers, 230 points, and he's only got 3 wounds.
Yeah.
Like for someone who apparently can't be killed, he's quite easy to kill.
Yeah. Apparently he can, yeah.
Apparently he can, yeah. That's a shame. Like, that makes me a bit sad panda because I thought he'd have some kind of rule where, if you kill him, like he can do something, or I don't know, something like
I was expecting a really cool gambit of some sort. But he gets a bonus to the gambit, which means he just gets
you get +4 modifier.
If he uses the Paragon of Excellence one, he gets +4 instead of +2. So
that's not
he just gets a bonus to the regular one.
Yeah,
which isn't terrible, but he's already initiative 6.
It's a bit boring, isn't
potentially
it?
7 if he's a regular Emperor's Children. So it's just doubling down on what they're already good at.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I mean, literally in a challenge, he's initiative 7, isn't he? Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, that's a shame. I like 230 points. That's a fucking lot of points, isn't it? Holy shit. Yeah.
And that makes me think that it might be a mistake for Tarvitz as well, because they're all 215. That's not right.
Oh, right. Well, let's take a quick break there, and then we'll go into the lists.
It's time to upgrade your battlefield with Sacrus Mundus terrain. Sacrus Mundus sculpt breathtakingly detailed and varied terrain that will bring your games of Horus Heresy to life. From the ruined cities of Armoria to the jungle vestiges of Lintrath, Sacrus Mundus design immersive battlefields for any type of tabletop wargaming experience you desire. Find their extensive terrain collections online right now.
Okay, welcome back after that little break. I just had a delivery, so this is a live on air unboxing. My postman is fucking useless. Like he'll ring the doorbell, and if you don't answer the door in 5 minutes, it's like the police are raiding your house. He just starts fucking hammering the door. It's like, mate, I'm coming. This is a live. What have we got here? Oh, you can't see it. I've disappeared.
Damn.
Can you see that?
I can see that.
Got some fucking
Demon
demons
Prince.
coming. And then the Forgers of Saturn. Eh?
Woo.
Hot off the press. So more stuff to
What's
put
the
on my
plans
shelf.
with the demons?
I just want to do something a bit different. So,
Yeah.
and I got some corn dice because fucking you have to have the dice to go with the models.
Sick.
I don't want to do like a demon army, but I like the idea of some allied forces, and I think the I can't remember what they're called now, but basically the high command and command choices, I quite like the idea. They're basically line. If you do a test at the end of the turn, and they become line. So I just want to have a go at adding in a couple of big demon characters and see if you can just shove them forward, kill attack squad, and then score something before they get shot off the board. But essentially, it's just something that isn't silver with hazard stripes. To be totally honest with you, yeah, I just want to have a go at painting something completely different. So
Yeah.
But I have noticed there's a distinct lack of like painting tutorials for fucking demons. Like I haven't seen a lot out there. I know Miles did one, but
yeah,
it's the sort of thing, and I find it quite frustrating after a while. Of like, if you Google like painting demons 40k, you just get lots of like paint a demon in 60 seconds, color contrast, paint a demon as quick as you fucking can. It's like I don't want to paint it as quick as I can. I just want to paint it a bit well. So I will have to do a bit of a deep dive on how to paint fucking demons.
Nice.
But I keep differing on them. I keep like, oh, do I do Nurgle? Do I do Corn? Blah 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 blah. And then I was like, just fucking buy a model, and then you'll have to do something with it. So that's what I've done.
Well, that Demon Prince model can be anything, so that's cool.
It can, but I feel like it doesn't make a very good Nurgle. I just feel like I know you can change the head, but the rest doesn't.
Everything else doesn't look Nurgle.
No, so I will probably go.
Which legion would they be allied with?
They would be allied with my Iron Warriors. So I feel like with Iron Warriors, you can kind of do anything really, but it's
going to be Corn or Nurgle.
Yeah, I'm thinking Corn, to be honest. That's what I'm thinking, even though the demon rules for Kroger aren't great, but
no, they never are.
No, like yeah, I mean, this is a complete like nothing to do with Emperor's Children. Although I could do a Slaanesh, and then it would force me to do Emperor's Children. Although there's better Slaanesh demon models out there than that, I think, to be honest. But yeah, I quite like obviously Iron Warriors as they got kind of later Great Siege of Terror. Basically, once they broke a siege, they basically turned into Khorne Berserkers, didn't they? So I quite like the idea of Khorne demons fighting alongside them, just murdering anything once they've broken a siege. So I will probably go Khorne.
That's cool.
But it's a cool model. So and I brought Khorne dice, so I kind of, but I already have Nurgle dice, so fucking.
You've made up your mind.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Anyways,
the old 40k fluff for the Iron Warriors was that after the World Eaters, they had the most Berserkers. So they've always had that kind of tie to Khorne.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I really wish they would give us rules for like Berserker Iron Warriors, but I don't think maybe if we ever get a journal, but I don't think they will. They tend to lean into the like siege kind of marching forward, shooting things rather than breaking the siege. I'd love some sort of rule for like the siege has been broken, they're in the walls and they're just fucking murdering stuff. We shall see. I love the idea, I always have done, of doing a Khorne, like a slightly, just ever so slightly Khorne based kind of veteran squad for Iron Warriors. Like silver with just, like maybe the helmets or something, but not too fully balls deep in Khorne, but just kind of just dancing around the edge. One day maybe, we'll see. Anyways, back to Emperor's Children. So we have your first list. Kieran has done 2 lists for us, so thank you for that. So this is a Hereticus list, 3,000 points. You've got Crusade. What do you want to talk us through it? You talk us through it rather than me.
Sure. Yeah. So I've made 2 lists, both Hereticus for tonight. This is a more kind of balanced list, I think, although it still includes a lot of different elements that I think are very fluffy for the Legion. In the core primary detachment, the Crusade detachment, we have a Praetor in Tartarus armor with a Thunderhammer and Sonic Shriekers. We have a Cataphractii Herald with a Thunderhammer, Paragon of Battle.
Interesting.
We have a regular Legion champion. We have a Master of Signals. And then we have in what used to be the troops, 10-man Despoiler Squad, Vexilla, Nuncio Vox. The Sergeant has 2 Lightning Claws, and they have taken a logistical benefit as their prime upgrade, and that'll be a Cataphractii Command Squad, which I'll read off in a second. Then there is a second Despoiler Squad, exactly the same, although of course not a prime unit. Then we have 2 10-man Tactical Squads. These guys are here to score objectives. They don't have any upgrades. Usually you'd consider Nuncio Voxes to be an absolute must for that kind of unit. But as Hereticus with Stupefy, if they get shot at, I'm not too worried about them being statused, of course, because I can just make them immune to statuses. So I've just saved a few points there. Then I have 3 Rhinos. Rob, look away at this point. They each have a Havoc Launcher.
Yeah, Rob is currently like he's clinging onto his desk as knuckles are turning white, his teeth are grinding.
That's it. Obviously, Havoc launchers are fantastic value to stop units from scoring, but also to try and status a unit before your units charge in, so that they're at initiative 1. And then to round out that Crusade detachment, I have a 6-man Cataphractii Command Squad. They have the Sergeant, who is a champion, has Sonic Shriekers. There's a Legion Standard, which is pretty tasty. And then there are 4 Thunderhammers and 2 Chain Fists. Those weapons all kind of cost the same, so you can do any kind of combination that you like. I think that's a good way to go. The 2 Chain Fists give them a chance to take on vehicles. And the Thunderhammers are just, I think, still the weapon to go for if you want to send your Terminators against other Terminators, which is what this unit is for. As we discussed earlier, the Emperor's Children don't really have that unit, so this is how I've kind of made that unit and fit it into the list. The first secondary detachment is a Tactical Support Detachment with 2 units of 5 Cacophony. These guys are in there to kind of perform the role we discussed earlier, Lee. So they're there not really to do a bunch of damage. They can finish off squads, of course, but they're there mostly to try and status units, either to stop them scoring or in preparation for a big unit to go into. It could be a really good combination with the Cataphractii, who are all kind of swinging at a slower initiative because of their weapons. If you manage to get a status off on their target, then their target will be reduced to initiative 1, so they'll be going first, even with their hammers and their fists, which could be really, really tasty. Then we have a first strike detachment.
Man, I have to say, before you go on, I absolutely love this. I love it. I'm all over this. Storm Eagles. Awesome. All the way.
The best is yet to come. We've got 2 Storm Eagles. Both of them have the Centerline mounted Cyclone missile launcher and 4 Hellstrike missiles. Then we have an Army Vanguard, which is an Apex detachment from the Praetor. We have a 10-man Palatine Blade Squad. 5 Phoenix Spears. The Phoenix Spears are free, so you could do the whole squad if you wanted to. I just did 5 because those are the models I have. Then I have a 10-man Seeker Squad. Again, no Nuncio Vox because we have Stupefy. And then my classic 5-man Sunkiller Squad. Like I said earlier, not the most competitive choice, but getting a 3rd Legion-specific unit in there felt like a good thing after the Palatine Blades and the Cacophony. So just a bit more Emperor's Children flavour.
it adds
basic kind of
it adds some much needed kind of well, not much needed, but it adds some good anti-tank, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the first thing you'd notice about this list, right? There's no anti-tank,
No.
just about. And I figure I feel like in third edition with anti-tank, you either have to go all in
or just
don't worry about it and outscore the enemy with objectives. Because, if the enemy have, some kind of form of battlesmith, then if you only have a few anti-tank units, you could be fighting a real uphill battle. As you take points off and they put points back on, you could just be wasting your time. Whereas I think las cannons are better off shooting high value targets like, even Seekers or Terminators or something else.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
The layout of this army, obviously the 2 despoiler squads get a Rhino each. The Seekers get a Rhino. And then I have the Palatine Blades with the Praetor and the Legion Champion in one Storm Eagle, and in the other Storm Eagle we have the Herald with the Terminator Command Squad. So we've got 2 pretty nice units in there. One's going to blend through power armor elite units, and the other unit is able to take on Terminator elite units. So pretty tasty there. They don't get a bonus from the Master of Signals, unfortunately, for their reserves,
right?
But he's there. He's there mostly to give a unit, line 1 or Vanguard 1.
Yeah.
And the way I kind of was thinking about running this list is to have the Seekers off the table in their Rhino to protect them in the first turn. Yeah. But also with the Master of Signal, they'll be coming on first turn on a 2+. So I'll be able to bring them on anywhere I want on the table. They can move 12 inches, get out 7, and then their bolters are range 30. So they should be able to get, wherever they need to be, even if my opponent has counter-deployed to try and protect their characters or elite units. I should be able to get the Seekers to where they need to be turn 1 to bring the pain. So that's kind of the theme. And then the tacticals are sitting on objectives, scoring. The Cacophony are either sitting on other objectives or they're kind of got an overwatch position on the enemy objectives to try and status them. So yeah, that's the general kind of idea behind it.
I really like it. Yeah. I guess the only trouble with the Seekers is, would you stupefy them if they got shot at? I mean, you then run the risk of their only snap shooting, aren't you? That's the.
They are only snap shooting, but I'd probably do it. It depends. Like a 10-man unit is overkill for most things. Like if you want to kill like a Praetor kind of level character, then you need all 10 shooting at full BS. But if you're taking smaller targets, then having them stupefied isn't the worst thing. I kind of anticipate that they'll come on, do their job, and then get absolutely wiped out. So it won't be such an issue.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like a Nuncio Vox in there definitely wouldn't go astray.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was thinking. Yeah.
To be fair, like looking at this list, if you wanted to kind of tune it a little bit more, I might get rid of the weapon options on the Storm Eagles, which I think would save a total of 50 points, which would give me, more than enough points to add that Nuncio Vox on. And then if you wanted to be a little bit more competitive, I think changing the Master of Signals perhaps even to something like a Biomancy Librarian to go with one of the assault-based squads would be really tasty, because it can give you +2 strength and toughness on the charge. And if you're stupefied, then you're +3 strength. So you could get a really nasty Terminator squad or Palatine Blade squad. So there are definite things you can do to tune the list up a bit more. But I like the way it looks. I think it would look good on the table as well.
I love this. I love the fact that it's a Hereticus army, but it still kind of, like you said, still fits into the kind of all arms vibe of the Legion. I really like the Cacophony support squads, just little 5-man squads just pinging out stun. I really like this. This is fucking great. It's cool.
I think 2 small squads is definitely better than 1, because it means you can status 2 units, of course.
100%. Yeah, and you just make it. It's just a shitter thing to shoot at, isn't it? Shooting at 5 dudes. Like, Whereas like a larger squad is more of a juicy target, isn't it? And I love the Storm Eagles as well. Yeah, this is great. I I like this.
Yeah, I love some Storm Eagles. Yeah, they're they can come on turn 1. You do need to roll a 3+, but if they don't come in turn 1 and they come in turn 2, they can come on from any board edge. So they're very quick. They've got movement. I think it's movement 18. Then the squads can get out at full speed. They can do a setup move, and then they can assault. So they're very quick, and they're assault transports as well. So you should be getting down there, and you can get your setup move, get your shots in if you want as well. So I think they're really good.
Yeah, definitely. I like this a lot. And then my computer's being silly again. The second list. Here we go. So we have another 3,000 point Hereticus list. So if the first list didn't have much anti-tank, this one no.
Hey, it's got some melter bombs, right?
Yeah. I have to say,
this list.
I fucking love this list. Like, it would be mental to play, but this is fully like off their tits on fucking warp dust, just charging towards the enemy, isn't it? Like, I fucking love it.
This list is like a definite meme, but I think it's also a lot of fun. Like, I think it's still like I think it's fluffy, and I think it'll be fun to play at least for a few times. You might get tired because it kind of really only does one thing.
Yeah,
but I think it'll look amazing on the table as well. Yeah. All of those characters.
Yeah, fucking go on then.
Anyway,
talk us through
I'll go through it. So usually in a 3rd edition army, you're struggling for detachments. I think I've only got one detachment in this army, one additional detachment that you have to pay for. So I've got bonus bloody detachment points that I just haven't used. But we've got a Brotherhood of the Phoenix detachment to start off with. So that means Fulgrim Transfigured, because you have to take him in that detachment.
Yeah.
I've got a Praetor with a jump pack and a Paragon Blade, Sonic Shriekers, Melter Bombs, and he is a true believer, which makes him malefic, which means that he can join Fulgrim Transfigured. I have a second Praetor with a jump pack, Thunderhammer, Sonic Shriekers, Melter Bombs. I have a third Praetor with a jump pack, Paragon Blade, Sonic Shriekers, and a Melter Bombs. And then I have a Master of Descent with a Thunderhammer and Melter Bombs. Then in my Crusade detachment, I have a Praetor with a jump pack, a Paragon Blade, Sonic Shriekers, and a Melter Bombs. I have a Herald with a jump pack, a Power Fist, Melter Bombs, and True Believer, again to go with Fulgrim. And then I have a Legion Champion with jump pack and Melter Bombs, and another Legion Champion with jump pack and Melter Bombs. I then have a 20-man assault squad. The Sergeant has 2 claws and True Believers. And then I have 2 more 20-man assault squads, and the Sergeants have lightning claws. And then the final unit in the army is a 9-man Palatine Aquilay squad with 5 Phoenix Spears. So basically, there's Fulgrim Transfigured. There are 8 characters and 4 units. So every unit has a Praetor and then like a console in it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, obviously Demon Fulgrim will be with the True Believer Praetor and the True Believer Herald in the True Believer Assault Marines. That's an amazing unit. That's a lot of kind of wounds protecting Demon Fulgrim to allow him to get into combat and do his business. So all of those extra wounds are just there to get him there. People might wonder why I don't have any weapon upgrades on the Assault Marines. It's because I don't think they're very good. They cost 10 points. The guys have only got 2 attacks each now. They're not getting 3 attacks on the charge like they used to. So I don't think it's really worth it. And they're only there to die, to let their betters, the superiors, the aristocrats of the Legion get into combat and prove their superiority against the lesser legions. With the weapons I've given my Praetors, Paragons and Paragon Blades and Thunderhammers, they all cost the same. So you could do whatever kind of combination of those you want. Power Fists are also 15 points. So those weapons are all kind of interchangeable.
Right, yeah.
But, every squad has a Praetor with Sonic Shriekers so that they get to ignore reactions on the charge. And they're putting out a bunch of attacks as well. So it's just a really kind of all in your face. It's a very quick list. Everything's running forward first turn, hopefully second turn charges. I do have the Master of Descent. He's a little bit different. He will probably be with the Palatine Blades and a Praetor, and that's just to deep strike them first turn.
First turn, yeah.
If I'm going second, it's to keep them safe from enemy shooting. If I'm going first, it's to get them in a really kind of strategic position for that turn to assault. But yeah, the plan for this is just to go forward and to assault everything turn 2. There's no line in the army. All the Assault Marines are Vanguard 2, Palatine Blades are Vanguard 3. That's all it is. Like, I don't think it's like an ultra competitive list, but it would be a lot of fun. Some armies would definitely struggle to deal with it. It would struggle to deal with a lot of other armies. But among between the Paragon Blades of the champions and the Thunder Hammers of the Praetors, they'll be able to take on most squads and not do too badly, I think. So
I think the thing I love the most about this army is when we first started talking about 3rd edition and people were losing their minds about challenges, and it was like, yeah, but you'll only really, have 1 or 2 challenges. You're not really. You got you got Fulgrim, 4 Praetors.
Has to challenge.
Master of Descent who can still challenge. You got 2 champions, and then the Palatine Blade dude is a champion as well, is he? The sergeant.
Yeah.
So you got like the chance
10 models in this army that can challenge. Yeah.
But
mental. Yeah.
I fucking love it. That is literally the most Emperor's Children thing ever. Like I have ever seen. Like half
I think
your
it's
army.
super fluffy. Yeah. Like it's not smart, and they're not smart by that time either. Like it's the army that he took against the Saturnine Wall. Like it's just Fulgrim and all of the lords of the army of the Legion just going against the enemy and just wanting to get there and beat them in challenges and not caring about anything else.
Yeah, this is your Siege of Terror list. Yeah, the only thing that would make this better would be an allied detachment of humans all off their tits waving banners like that.
Just following Fulgrim around.
Following. Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love this.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking insane. Yeah, I would love to see how this would get on at an event. I think a lot of people would be a bit like, how the fuck do I deal with this? Because you're on people before, but even if you've got a lot of shooting, like turn 1, it's fast moving.
You might look at this list and go, oh yeah, like no Nuncio Voxes, blah, 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 status heaven. But with Hereticus and Stupefy, like they don't care. They're all getting +1 strength on the charge. They're all getting 6+ feel no pain. The enemy has to shoot them. They've got no other choice. Otherwise, they're just copping these units in the face. So they're all going to be stupefied. They're all going to be going in there. Like, stupefied Demon Fulgrim is just absolutely mental. Yeah. If you wanted to make this list a bit more kind of tuned up, you'd probably, maybe get rid of the Herald because his Fear 1 is wasted with Fulgrim. You'd either put him in another unit.
Yeah.
I left him with Fulgrim because it felt cool to have a standard bearer in the same unit as the Primarch.
Fulgrim, I agree.
If Fulgrim's winning, his unit would be winning a lot of assaults. Hopefully, then you might be able to stack up those VPs from the Herald.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to be a little bit tastier, you'd probably take again the Biomancy Librarian. So with your Stupefy, everyone would be getting +2 toughness, +3 strength on the charge. So. Demon Fulgrim, going up to if he used his 3 attacks instead of his 7, he'd be having strength 15 or something.
16, is it?
15,
well, stupefied as well. Yeah, it'd be.
Yeah. And even his regular attacks would be strength 7, strength 10, 7 attacks at strength 7 at 10. So. Yeah, absolutely mental stuff. And Demon Fulgrim being initiative, toughness 9 would be fucking amazing. So there are ways to fiddle with the list a little bit to make it a bit more tuned. But I felt like the Herald was a fluffier option, so that's why he's in there.
I love it. It literally, this is amazing. It's just batshit. It's fucking great. I love it. But yeah, like you say, stupefied. It's huge and. the thing with stupefied is, like we said, like if you're snap shooting, it's a negative impact on like heavy weapon squads and whatnot. But you don't have any, so you don't fucking care. Everyone wants to be
These
punching
guys don't
people
give
in
a
the
fuck,
face.
man.
No.
It's just like 80 bolt pistols. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh man, that's so cool. This would look insane on if this was proper like your pink dudes, like proper.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
That's what I was
looks
thinking.
so cool. Yeah, I love this. This is Well, thank you for that, because that is fucking.
Not gonna lie, I am tempted.
Mate, you got to do it. This would look insane. I didn't put the herald you painted up on the thing. On your.
Yeah.
But if you go check out Kieran's Instagram account, he's done Emperor's Children herald. Like, it's fucking insane. It looks fucking amazing, and it would fit in. I mean, it doesn't have a jump pack, does he? I don't think.
No, he doesn't. But that's an easy fix. Yeah.
Yeah, like it would look so cool. Like that model across this army. Yeah, that would look fucking awesome.
But like Fulgrim with like 8 Legion like heroes is like so sick. I'd love like building all of those dudes as well.
Peak.
Like
that is
it's a lot of work,
Heresy.
but it'd be so much fun. Like 8 different heroes with all different characters and stuff. And could be fun.
I love it. Oh mate, please do it. Please do it. This is awesome.
Each unit could have like take on a bit of the character of the leader as well. Their praetor.
Yeah. Oh mate, that's so
it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I might have to do this actually.
Yeah,
I've already got Demon Fulgrim, and he's the biggest hurdle. Yeah,
that's it. Oh man, I love that. Yeah, do that. So, final thoughts. Because I could be wrong here, because I dip in and out of our group chats because I'm usually too busy. But I feel like you were wavering with the Emperor's Children at one point. Are you? Was that a case where are you fully back into them now?
Yeah. No. Well, like regardless of what I did, I would still be playing most of my games as Emperor's Children, because that's the army I have at the moment. So I wanted to start a new project for 3rd edition, just something a bit fresh, something a bit different. But I haven't made any call in that regards. I've painted a few models. I'm actually trialing a word bearers scheme at the moment. I've just started that today.
Fuck yes.
Just got the transfers in for that. So I'm going to try and see if I get something I like with that. I also want to try a couple of different legions. I was thinking maybe some Iron Hands or some Night Lords as well. So I've got a few things.
Don't do Iron Hands. No one likes Iron
Hands. I bash them too much really to be jumping on that bandwagon. But like writing these lists and looking at them and stuff, like I am very tempted to keep going with the Emperor's Children to do a new force for them. And the thing that holds me back the most with them is getting the color scheme right.
Yeah,
getting the force to look the way I want it to.
Yeah,
but their rules are great. They give you a lot of freedom to do what you want to do with them, especially if you're worried about the status game this edition. Then you can't go past Stupefied and the Hereticus Emperor's Children.
Holy shit!
Completely, well, not completely, but it largely nullifies that aspect of the game. And especially if your opponent's like being a bit of a cheesy dog and kind of building into that, and if it's Rob and he's 10 and he's 10 Havoc launchers, then you can kind of just not even worry about it, because those Havoc launchers aren't going to kill anyone, and they're just going to give you Stupefied. Yeah,
I mean, I've had it with the Iron Warriors. Just ignoring the negatives to take in a test is huge. So just ignoring the test altogether is absolutely batshit. Like, it really is. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Do they play a lot differently from 2nd edition, or are they kind of roughly the same, do you think?
No, the regular Emperor's Children are very similar.
Right.
The Legion rule is exactly the same.
Yeah.
The special reaction has been altered to suit the new rules with Step Up and how charges work now, but it's essentially exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
The units have all been kind of toned down a little bit. Although the Palatine Blades got through fairly unscathed, apart from losing skill unmatched. They used to have that rule as well.
Right.
But the Phoenix, the Terminators, pretty much exactly the same. They've lost the ability to take a banner, or a banner like they used to.
Yeah.
But I think regular Emperor's Children still play very much the same. It's the Hereticus now that nobody ever used to use because the rules were trash, like really, really bad.
Yeah.
Now they're good. So that gives you a second way to play the Emperor's Children that they didn't really have before. So, yeah, they can play quite differently now if you want to. But if you want to keep going with your second edition army, then the standard Emperor's Children rules allow you to do that without kind of having to adjust too much, really, apart from maybe painting up a few extra Nuncio Voxes for your army. But apart from that, like, pretty good to go.
Interesting. Yeah, Oh man, I mean I won't do it because it would take me forever to paint an Emperor's Children army. But it is one of those legions. You know how there's some legions you just like I have no interest. I like White Scars for me. I would never do a White Scars army. I just like for whatever reason I just have no interest in it. Probably because I can't be bothered painting white. But it doesn't interest me. But Emperor's Children is one of those armies that I've always just sat there thinking, oh man, I would love to do an Emperor's Children army. Like, I just think the models are sick. It'd be nice to see some updated versions of the Legion kind of specific units. But I think there's enough stuff out there that you can kit bash, especially if you're going down the Hereticus line. I definitely like the idea of, like we discussed earlier, using kind of 40k bits. It just feels, it just fits perfectly, really, doesn't it? But I'm a big fan, and the stupefied rule is fucking insane, like absolutely brilliant. Like I love it. Yeah, it's awesome. Anything else to say about Emperor's Children before we sign off, or have we covered everything?
Yeah, no, like you're saying, I think it is a legion that a lot of people have an interest in. But it might not be their favorite legion, but it's definitely up there. I'd definitely encourage people to give them a go. They're not, especially if you play the regular Emperor's Children, they're not maybe the most straightforward. They're not, they're not Iron Hands.
Yeah.
So they do need a little bit more finesse because they need to be charging to get their legion rule. But if you want to play, a more reliable, easier way to play, then the Hereticus is definitely an option. So, yeah, I definitely encourage people to do it. There's also a lot of freedom for how you paint them as well. Matte schemes, flat schemes, old kind of loyalist, royal purple, traitor pink, and black. There's a lot of different ways you can paint them.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of...
they're definitely not a boring legion when it comes to schemes. The challenge is that there's too much variety and you have to find what works for you. But there's a lot of freedom.
It's funny, isn't it? Because that can be a problem when you just, like you say, like you struggle to find a scheme that you're happy with. I think it was the 40k models, but I've seen some painted black with like pink bits, which like looks really fucking cool. It sounds a bit shit, but it looks really good. Oh man.
I think I'll be trying something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been in one of the Warcom articles, or maybe just on Instagram. But yeah, it was like black armor,
maybe,
and then like pink skin and bits, because they got bits on the armor, haven't they? Some of them. So you kind of almost got like a pink kind of spot color, which worked really well. And I mean, black's quite a forgiving color to paint, anyways, really, isn't it? If you wanted to do a new army, but you don't have all the time in the world. But yeah, man, I really like them. It's something I hadn't really looked into them because I am worried that like I will try and just, the thing with me is I'll buy all the stuff and then I'll never do anything with it and then I end up selling it. So I'm just a bit like, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. So I had purposely kept myself away from Emperor's Children, but the Hereticus rules, like fucking hell, they're amazing. They really appeal to me. Like, I think it's a classic example of like rules that are good, but also rules that fit the fluff of the Legion, of like just these batshit crazy, absolutely off their tits dudes. I really like the idea. And guys in the comments, like, let us know your thoughts. Like, let us know if you've got any plans for any kind of mental lists of all assault squads and 10 characters. Like, let us know what your thoughts are. Like, I'd be interested to hear how people have been running them, if they've been having any luck with them. Sorry, you were going to say something.
Oh no, I was just going to say, like, the stupefied rule has a really nice kind of first edition kind of feel to it, because it has like drawbacks and negatives to it, as well as benefits. So
yeah.
it just
It's not
feels a
all
bit
give, is it?
nuanced in standard rules, like just +1 initiative. Like it gives you amazing benefits, but it also means that you can't, you have to snap shoot and you can't react. So there's a cost to it as well, and which I really like. And every Legion used to have that back in first edition. They lost that in second edition, so it's nice that
Yeah, it's true. Actually, I'd forgotten about that, hasn't it? Yeah, everything had a bonus and a negative, didn't they? You would, Whereas now it's just a bonus, isn't it? So, yeah, it's interesting. It makes you think, doesn't it? Do I want to take stupefied, or do I need this unit to react, or do I need it to do that, or am I going to get a status and then I can't react anyway? It's like it just gives you levels to think about rather than just +1 initiative on the charge. Yeah, I do like that. But again, that's what I like about the Phoenix Terminators rule. Like, do I go and smash them, or do I stay on the back foot a bit and increase my weapon skill to be defensive a bit? Like,
there are options.
Yeah, I do like that. Yeah, options within options. I quite like. It just gives you something to think about, especially if you are running an assault army. Because I mean, I ran World Eaters in first edition. And it was just like charging. I'm just charging, like run and charge, move, charge. I'm just charging, and that's fine. But after a while, it gets a little bit boring. Where you're like, okay, well, obviously, I'm just charging everything. Like I like the idea of having rules within phases, which aren't too complicated. You're not forgetting them all the time, but it just gives you something to think about. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I think like we bash Games Workshop for rules writing sometimes, but I don't think we ever kind of praise them when they get it right, and I feel like they've kind of got this one right. But yeah, cool. If you've got nothing else to say about the glorious Third Legion, we will sign off. So we do run a Patreon. If you'd like to give us a follow, we are just Google Heresy Hammer Patreon. We have different tiers, and our top level tier is our Praetor tier, and these are all our glorious Praetors, which ironically, this is about the same number of Praetors that Kieran fits in his fucking list.
I was going to say that's a legion there, or at least a demi company or something. Yeah.
So massive shout out to all you guys for supporting us. We kind of say it's a little bit cheesy when YouTubers say this, but we genuinely couldn't do what we do without you guys. I don't know if Rob's been sending me pictures of the Heresy Hammer HQ. I don't know if he's put it out to the public. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? It's looking. I
was going to ask about that. Yeah, it's looking really nice.
Yeah, it's looking good. We've got the casting couch in place. Like that's obviously.
I was going to say I saw Paul on the casting couch. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, literally, fuck me. I had to send him a message the other day. I'm like, Rob, can you stop spending money, mate? Like, we did really well on the GoFundMe, but come on, stop spending money. Like, we don't need gold-plated fucking paint pots. But no, in all seriousness, like it's looking really, really good. I'm hoping we'll be able to share some proper pictures soon, but we couldn't do it without the support of the Patreon. So if you want to go on there and follow us, then please feel free. We also have like a free, I think you get like 7-day membership, so you can go on there, watch everything, and fuck it off if you want to, or support us. But yeah, massive thanks to all these guys. If you've got this far and you're not subscribed, like what you're doing, like give us a like, give us a follow, write a message. We try and respond to messages, but we are so busy at the minute with everything going on that we are probably not as hot on it as we usually are. But yeah, let us know your thoughts and feelings about Emperor's Children. This Rob tends to put these up on Spotify within about 24 hours, I think, but I could be completely making that up. But we do have Spotify. All we ask is if you listen to it on Spotify, just come and give us a like on the YouTube. If you want to send us a question, just send us an email, heresyhammer30k@gmail.com, I think, off the top of my head, but it'll be a link in the video. Support us on Patreon, give us a follow on Instagram, and we have the WhatsApp group. If you go to Instagram and we have one of those tree things, whatever they're fucking called, you can click on that, and that's a link to our WhatsApp group. Like, I am terrible. Like, I dip in and out of the WhatsApp group. But if I just have a quick look now, it's not too bad, actually. Like, I've got about 1,000 unread messages here, but that's actually pretty good. I looked at it the other day, and every single group was like +999, +999. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But if you have any rules questions, like, just go on our WhatsApp group and put it in, and you will have an answer within a couple of minutes. So yeah, that is pretty good. And finally, go check out Power Fist. Massive thank you to Kieran for coming on. Like, huge help getting like Legion experts on. So thank you so much for taking your time out. I believe I'm doing one with Adam, but that might be getting pushed back to next month now. I think it was going to be Thousand Suns, but he basically turned around and went, "No, I fucking hate those Harry Potter space wizard dickheads." I think he wants.
He's all about the salamanders.
Yeah,
and the flames
he's
now,
all about the salamanders. So I believe that is coming at some point soon. But go check these boys out. Go check out the Patreon. Massive thank you. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, bro.
Cool. Cheers. All right, now I've got to try and stop the fucking thing.